Hello and welcome to another episode of Rage Quit Podcast with myself, Tricky, and Rich. Rich, how you doing?
I'm good, stranger. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. And I'm sorry about. I tell you what, sorry that we haven't been on for a little while. It's been my fault. I've been ducking doing the podcast. It turns out I've learnt from the best. But we're back for another show after what's gone on this week. It felt as if it had to be done. So Rich, go on, you have your first dig.
Well, I just need to warm up a little bit. I'm a little bit stuck. I've been sat in my chair for like 2.5 months waiting for you to do the podcast. I'm just a bit stiff at the moment.
Okay.
I got the exercise going like that on Wednesday night. Time PSG scored.
Yeah, no, that's great. No, thank you. So yeah, we're back for another episode, and we're going to talk through all the stuff that we've been playing while we've been off. What I've been watching, as you know, I'm at the cinema more than anything else, I think, at the moment. And yeah, it's just go through the bits and pieces. So I think the last episode that we had, we were very excited about Split Fiction, and it was coming out just after the podcast, and we then disappeared, and me and Rich got playing. Rich, I'll let you start. What are your thoughts on Split Fiction?
Well, there's only one really word that you can use for it in there. That is wow.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a game.
We were right to be excited for it, I think.
Yeah, definitely game of the year. Definitely contender for it.
It's a contender for sure. Yeah. But there is something. There's something that I want to talk about later. Actually, that there's another contender. There is definitely another contender out there, and I'm looking forward to talking about it later. But yes,
interesting.
Split Fiction, absolute action-packed roller coaster, wasn't it? It was like the pace on it. It was such a
just what a game.
Yeah,
like sort of just you do a level on it, and you think wow, and then the next level comes along, and it literally, I personally think each level was better than the last level.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah.
So they kind of did that with It Takes Two, where every level was completely different in their own way. And it just made, it was a joy. Every level you got to, you're like, oh, this is great. And they go, oh my God, this is great. And it's exactly the same thing, but I just think at a much faster pace. It was like you just learn an ability, so you've got it sussed, and then you're somewhere completely different. You've got to learn something completely new. I think some of the personal highlights of that is we're talking about it. It's been long enough, and it's old news, so there may be some spoilers.
There can't be any spoilers now. There
may be some spoilers here, guys, but it's tough. It's your own fault if you've not played it yet, because it's absolutely brilliant. The pigs, and they were clever. They were clever to get that early in the game, because it's, everyone started talking about it as soon as it came along. You're just like, oh my God, this is brilliant.
Again, it's one of those things that popped up in the game, and it just left you wanting more.
Yeah, and that was optional. You could have missed that. You could have missed that bit. I've seen loads of Easter eggs that you and me missed. Absolutely tons.
I've seen quite a few as well, actually.
Yeah, almost makes me. Maybe we'll have to play it again with different characters. Swap.
Yeah, I did say play it as the opposite.
Yeah,
this time, but there's just little things all throughout the game that we noticed, even in the settings. The max volume goes up to 11, not 10. Yeah. Just little things like that in it, and it was just amazing, absolutely amazing game.
Yeah,
It's finished. To be honest, we finished it. But...
Yeah, it was superb, absolutely superb. Anyone that hasn't played it yet, you've got to get on it. You've got to call up a friend, a family member, get on a forum to get people. Hire a prostitute, and get them to play Player 2. You've got to play this game because it is unreal. And a lot of people, they're always asking, oh, I need a good 2-player game to sort of play with my partner. I would actually say that It Takes Two is a better game for that because of the pacing. This is so quick. You do need to. This is a game to play with your gamer mate.
Yeah, it's I think playing it with your partner, it's going to be one of those games that ends in divorce. You know what I mean?
Right, nearly. You and me nearly got divorced. Do you remember that lock? I think you had to stop for a fag halfway through. Do you remember we're in a space level and there was a lock that it opened up a slider and you had to shoot the. Do you remember how stressed you got with that? I
think the funny one you got really stressed was the bomb level. You had to throw the bomb.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that nearly broke me. I was struggling with that one. It's good. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And it's going to be for sure. So at the end of the year, we're going to do Game of the Year list.
Yeah.
And it will have to be quite a remarkable second half of the year to knock that off at least the top 5.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. What else have you been playing, Rich? If we go start with you. I thought we had to start with Split Fiction because it is.
No, this is probably the first time I've turned my PC on in about 3 weeks.
And you've just.
It's been one of those. It's been a few, sort of like a hectic couple of months. Like just no time for sort of fun time, if that makes sense. But I have been playing. I did, as you know, I played Schedule 1.
Yes, yeah, we're going to get into that.
Got a bit mental on that, and there's not really been anything I've wanted to get into at the moment. So I'm playing more stupid games like Crime Scene Cleaner, which is on
for God's sake.
Game Pass at the moment. You say this, but like you play Balatro, so
don't dig at Balatro. That's a great game.
I tried Atomfall as well.
Yeah, I tried that as well. It was bang average.
Within a week, I deleted it.
That's a problem with a lot of these. Yeah, a lot of these games that shows off a good trailer and all, and there's a bit of hope, but you just got to be glad you're not paying 70, 80 quid for these games, and you're getting to try them on Game Pass. But there's been some average ones. Let's talk about Schedule 1 because that was one that I recommended to you. I jumped on the demo for it. It's on Steam, and it's basically Breaking Bad simulator. It's a drug dealer simulator. The graphics are horrific, but the one thing that I do like about
I think that's what kind of makes it.
Yeah,
graphics.
It's like janky graphics, but the customization. The customization, you can have a blue shirt, a red shirt, a black shirt. There's not really much detail, but then you can customize like your eyelids, where they sit and how red your eyes are. That made me laugh. That was a nice little touch. But so I played the demo. I played it for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I said to Rich, I was like, give this demo a go because I think I might end up buying this, and it's quite promising. And you gave it a go, and you got stuck. Like, let's talk. How many hours did you put just the demo?
We played it for a couple of hours, didn't we? And within a couple of hours, we were like, yeah, we're both buying this.
Yeah, but hang on. That's not exactly how it went, was it? Because you went off by yourself and carried on playing the demo.
Yeah, no, we both said we were going to buy it.
Yeah.
Before I did that, so then we bought it, and then you didn't come on for a little while. So I thought, I'll give it a little go and see if it's any different to the demo. But obviously, you start in a different place than the demo.
But no, yeah. So what you did with the demo, you played it for about 7 hours on the demo. Do you not remember?
Right.
And then when we decided we were going to buy it, it didn't carry over the progress, so you had to start from scratch.
Yep.
And then,
what happened? And what happens when you joined my game? The Empire was born.
Yeah. So Rich then went on and played this for... How long did you play it for? I reckon 20 hours?
I don't think... I haven't played it since, because I just haven't been on... I can tell you how long I played it for. 15.7 hours.
Okay, sounds about right. Yeah, so you start off as just your basic little weed dealer. You got to get your pot and your soil, and you got to put the seed in. You got to water it. It then grows. You got to take the buds off, and you got to bag them up, and then you go around selling them. And you basically build the empire up. You get a drug dealer. He takes 20%, but he'll do all that for you. And then you get into different drugs, and you buy different properties, and you got to fight the cartel and hide from you got to conceal stuff from the police. It's just it's good. It's quite a good game. I think
it's quite funny though, because when we played it together, like the last time we played it together, we sort of had a little motel room, a couple of pots, and we were going out and selling stuff ourselves. And then I bought it and I got a bit into it, and by the time you joined in again, I had multiple properties full doing stuff, like dealers going out doing stuff for me. And
you got to clean your money at laundrettes and stuff like that as well, don't you?
Yeah, I owned the post office, laundrette, car wash place. Like, what I didn't tell you was how much money I had in cash on me.
How much was that?
200.
Blimey. But so also the good thing with this, obviously we were, it's a co-op game. It's 4-player co-op. You play it single player, and it's perfectly fine single player, but it is a lot of fun with friends. I think this one more than anything is really good fun. Was it about 15 quid roughly?
Yeah, something like that. It weren't. It's not a lot really.
No.
Game time you get out of it.
No, it's fun. What with the prices of games are going up at the moment. 15 quid. Can't grumble at it. So yeah, highly recommend schedule one. Anything else you've been playing?
I think so.
No. Okay. So
I tried Ambulance Life quickly yesterday.
it's life. You've got like the most souped up PC going. You need. I tell you what. You need to be playing this next game I'm going to talk about.
That wasn't on my PC. That was on PlayStation.
Was
I
it?
turned the PlayStation on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so this next game that I want to talk about, it's on Game Pass, so you've got no excuse. You have got to get this downloaded and played because it's bloody brilliant. It's called Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Came out a couple of weeks ago, and it's, how would I describe it? It's essentially a bit like a JRPG, like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, see, that's put me off straight away.
Hey, I'm telling you, this game is brilliant.
It's the turn-based gaming stuff that I'm not a fan of.
You're missing out then, because I've been playing it.
I'll try it.
I give it a go. Honestly, give it a go because it is absolutely brilliant. The concept that is sort of you're in this world where there's something out in the distance that, let's say it's death. I can't remember what it's called. It's every time she writes a number, and then everyone that is that age dies.
Right.
Okay. So they were on, they had 34 written, and then 33. She wrote 33, and then everyone that was 33 all died. And you're an expedition that's going out to try and stop this from happening for everyone else. So 32 doesn't happen. It's such a good idea. The gameplay's brilliant. The actors are great in it. Graphics are really nice. It's an all-round box ticker.
It got Robert Pattinson in it.
No, but the guy looks the spitting image of Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, because I watched the trailers of it and I was like, is that Robert Pattinson?
It's not, but put it this way, if they bring a movie out, you know who they're calling. It's brilliant.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's. I tell you, we got to get into. We got to talk about The Last of Us actually later on when we talk about what we've been watching. Have you played the second Last of Us game?
No.
Fuck. Oh my good God. Well, I don't know how we're going to talk about it then. I'm going to have to be very careful. But everyone that I'm talking to will know what I'm talking about. But we'll get onto that in a bit. Back to Expedition 33.
I don't mind you talking about it because I don't know when I'm going to get to play it. I've got a lot to back game.
There is a bit in it. I cannot say it to you. Everyone knows. They're all nodding their head.
Does it involve a golf club?
I'm not. Okay. All right. Never mind. Stop talking. Right. Expedition 33. Get that downloaded. It's a top 5. Easy top 5. Now, these guys they used to work for Ubisoft and they all got fired. And then they banded together and they made this.
Who didn't?
Well, yeah. But Ubisoft must be so pissed off because they fired all these guys. They got together and made a game that Ubisoft could never make because they'd have made.
You've just reminded me. I did purchase Shadows.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. Let's talk about that on the next one. Only because
I'll stop playing it.
Well, we got someone. We got someone coming on next episode. That is a Assassin's Creed.
Have you played Shadows?
No, I haven't. No, because
do you want to grab the copy from me?
Right, okay. You think that much of it? I will borrow a copy. Yeah, if you got it on disc, I'll give it a go. But
because if you got someone coming in to talk about it, then
maybe I should
give it a go.
That's not a bad shout, you know. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's do that. Back to Expedition 33. So they're ex-Ubisoft employees that, given the passion and the time, and you haven't had someone nudging you on the shoulder going, we need to get this game out, we need to get this game out, we need to get this game out, have produced something that is a Game of the Year contender. I think that's brilliant. It's not even too expensive, I don't think. 40, 50 quid. I think it's £40.
Like I say, if you've got Game Pass anyway, it's sort of...
you don't have to worry too much. But I look at pricing more and more now because they're starting to take the piss. And it is Nintendo's fault. New consoles come along.
That's a whole different conversation.
Brought in a new price point. Xbox have followed suit. PlayStation just shrugged their shoulders and go, fuck it, we charge what we want anyway. But, PlayStation...
Don't get me started on what PlayStation charge.
But they will not blink to up the price either. But officially, Xbox have upped the price. They've upped the price of the console by 100 quid, I think it is. think 80 quid, 100 quid. Anyway, they've upped the price of the controllers as well, and they've upped the price of their games. I always said when Game Pass came out that they'll up the price of the games because that will improve the value of Game Pass.
Well, they've got to upgrade prices, didn't they? Because they've just released Forza on PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, because they can't have PlayStation charging less than Xbox are for an Xbox game.
It's really annoying because obviously I've got a PlayStation console and I like playing the racing games on the console because of the controller and stuff like that. Because I used to have an Xbox as well. When I bought it, it came with Forza 5 anyway. So I've actually on my Xbox app, I've actually got a copy of Forza 5 I can download for free anyway.
Oh, okay. Have you got a controller for your PC? Yeah, you must have. We played.
Yeah, I've got the Elite 2.
Yeah. Well, Switch 2. Let's talk about Switch 2 while we've been away, and let's talk about all the old news everyone's already talked about. Switch 2 has been announced. Pre-orders are live. Are you going to get one? Yeah. Neither am I. I think I will at some point. I'm sure, but I'm not paying. Was it 75, 80 quid for Mario Kart?
Yeah, I think maybe sort of like in 2 years' time, maybe.
Yeah,
but like I don't even use the Switch we've got.
Well,
and it's was it 430 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, but I would say buy it before the price of it goes up because you look at all the other consoles, they've raised their price on everything. Where back in the day, it used to be, wait a few years and the price goes down. Not anymore. Seems the price goes up, so you need to get in there before Trump has another wobbly does another tariff.
Already spent my money on a new console this year anyway.
Oh, what have you done? Did you buy a Pro? You numpty. Oh, he's done it. He's only gone and bought a PS5 Pro. Oh, what have you played on that?
Not even plugged in. Look, I can just.
Yeah, it's a paperweight.
Do you know, this pissed me off actually. Right. Obviously, it's a Pro, and you know me, I like a disc game.
Yeah.
So not only is it 700 quid for the console.
Yeah.
And another £110 for the disc drive.
Yeah.
Right? So that's already 810 quid.
I know.
On this thing.
There's going to be something else, isn't there?
Yeah. So I take it you've seen like the pictures of these new slimline consoles advertised in all major retailers and online stores. And what's the one thing you see in every single picture of these consoles?
Well, I see the price, but God, I know what you're getting at. What are you going to talk about?
The little ring stand.
Yeah, there we go. Rich's little ring.
This little ring stand on the bottom, which is in every single picture online. Doesn't fucking come with it.
Is it? It's like an official license,
optional extra,
but it's like a Sony PlayStation thing. It's not like you can get those brands that will smash out accessories for consoles.
Yeah, no, it's
license.
That's not an official stand. That's an $8.99 one off Amazon.
Ah, well done.
But I had the original PlayStation when it came out, and it came with a black stand. All the advertisement for the PlayStations, I can guarantee if you go online now and you look, every single picture has those ring stands on them. When you're spending that much on a console, why would they not include it?
You light it down.
Yeah, it comes with two pathetic little, like a V shape, it comes with almost like it's about
a wedge.
This big. It's like a V shape, and it just slots. There's two little holes here that it slots in.
Right, I got.
And that's it. They give you a tiny little bit of see-through plastic.
Tell you, your cameraman's doing a good job.
Motion, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
One of them Ozbots, mate.
Yeah, no, very good. Yeah, they do anything to fleece you for money. Nintendo are charging for a camera. They'll even charge you for the little wrist straps you get with your they're not nunchucks. What do they call them? The Switch controllers. They'll charge you for the little bits of string, all sorts.
Speaking of Nintendo, you go buy something Nintendo, you go to the shop, and you're like, yeah, I want to buy a Switch 2, for example. But yeah, no problem. Did you want the box with that? It's an extra 50 quid.
Yeah.
Or just dumps all the stuff on the counter. I'm like, there you go, mate.
Yeah. The good thing with it is it is backwards compatible. They are still going to sting you for if you want to upgrade that game to a Switch 2 version. I think it's going to be about 15 quid to do that. But yeah, with them and their price point on the games, that encouraged Xbox to go, yep, we're upping the price of everything. And
I saw they're bringing out Cyberpunk on it.
Yeah.
65 quid. For a game that's already been out, what?
Oh no, it's Nintendo.
It's PlayStation 4.
They always do this, and it won't even drop in price. It'll just sort of stay like that.
For the price points, like, because when we got our Switch, I had to buy extra controllers because the kids and stuff like that. I think we ended up spending near on 600 quid. We bought the Switch, bought the controllers, a couple of games, stuff like that. It's going to be more than that for the Switch 2. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming the controllers will be backwards compatible with them. But when you're spending that much, when you've got, for example, the Steam Deck, you got the MSI Claw, you got the ROG system, like all these little handhelds coming out, and it's
the Nintendo
options.
The Switch is a bit different though, isn't it? That's the family console. That is you're not getting the kids aren't picking up a Steam Deck. Whereas set the Switch up in the front room and get a few controllers about, and 4 of you could be playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, but when you have kids, you get to realise no console's a family console; it's the kids' console.
Yeah,
and you just get on it when they want to play with you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that is understandable, but yeah, I think I won't be getting one straight away. It is a lot of money. There's not enough games that are my sort of thing. I want a new Zelda, maybe, probably that's probably something like that. But yeah,
See, our Switch we've had. I mean, we had the original Switch, and then we got rid of it because we didn't use it, and then Shah wanted a Switch again to play Mario, so we bought another one. We've had that one about 3 years. I think we've only got like 7 games for it, like a couple of Pokemon games, a load of the Mario games, and Mario Kart, and it literally gets used for Mario Kart, and that's it.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're quite clever bringing out Mario Kart as the first game, because you buy that, you have that for the whole life cycle of the Switch, basically. I can't imagine them bringing...
Is that going to be available on the Switch? Normal Switch, like Switch 1?
No, I think it's
exclusive.
Switch 2 exclusive, so that might...
It's either going to go well or go wrong, isn't it?
We'll see. I think it's going to be quite a big sort of launch. I think a lot of pre-orders have gone out.
6th of June,
is it? Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, summertime.
Less than a month away.
It is. It's scary, isn't it? It is less than a month away. I'm not putting my hand in my pocket. I'm tight in my old age. I can't justify it. I cannot justify it. Not yet. Needs to be a couple.
Spending too much money on popcorn and stuff, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I think that's a problem in all in itself. Yeah, no, can't do it. The price of games going up as well. That's why little gems like this Expedition 33 at 40 quid, and it's proper quality. When you compare it to the likes of stuff that get rushed out the door, they're garbage. Yeah, I don't know. I get a bit. I've been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov recently. Well, I say recently. It's been non-stop.
Are you back on now, are you?
Oh, yeah, big time. Absolutely. I hate to think how many hours I've done on that. It's getting its 1.0 release this year. They've got a roadmap for it. They've done a lot of upgrades, a lot of updates on there, and they're getting ready for the 1.0 release, which will be this year. And then I think it's going to end up going on Steam. So then I'll be able to actually track how many hours have I done on this bugger. I just hope I don't have to buy it again, because I've got the version of the game that I've got. With the time that I've had it for, I've spent a fortune on it. It's crazy. But I enjoy it, and I keep on going back to it, so I will keep on that one.
Get your money's worth, don't you?
Yeah. Have you played any... Because Fortnite's been updated. Have you played any Fortnite? No. I can't...
Star Wars season, isn't it? I can't fucking stand the Star Wars season.
Oh, okay.
It's all fucking lightsabers and stupid weapons, and there's no skill in the Star Wars season at all. It's just people with lightsabers running at you and fucking...
Yeah, okay. So another thing to talk about then is, and this is a bit more up to date, probably only 2 weeks late on this one, Grand Theft Auto. It has been...
I've got notes on my little notes on my screen here. What's underneath? I've got a little list of games and little notes next to them, and next to GTA 6 says "suck a dick."
Yeah. So the inevitable has happened. GTA 6 has been delayed to, is it May 26th?
End of May. Yeah, end of May.
So it's exactly, just over a year away.
I can tell you now, I will put money on it. It's not coming out in May.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that surprised. I would not be that surprised.
It'll get to May time. It'll get to nearer the time, and they'll schedule it for like a September, October release date, like they always do. It always comes out September, October time. And then by then, people will think, oh, well, that's not too bad. It's only like 4 or 5 months.
I do, yeah. I understand your thinking on that. I don't care how long it takes. And this is the thing with the likes of Rockstar. I've said this before. There are some games companies that they've got my trust. I would pre-order that I'd buy it. You know, there's a day one purchase. I don't need to look at reviews. I will be buying it.
It's on the PlayStation Store now, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I haven't switched my PlayStation on for a good while.
It's the only reason I upgraded my PlayStation, to be honest.
Oh right, okay. Oh dear.
It's got a nice layer of dust on it before I get to.
A lot of people would have upgraded for Grand Theft Auto. A lot of people will buy a console just to play Grand Theft Auto because it's PlayStation 5 exclusive for a little while, isn't it?
That's the thing as well. Like, if it's not coming out till May on console, when's it going to hit the PC?
It'd be a year.
Yeah,
it'd be a year.
So you're probably looking 2027 for PC gamers.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mental.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But yeah, for me, they can take as much time. It's a bummer. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it has not stopped my excitement for that game. It's going to be a banger, and they're going to bring it out right.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, they dropped the second trailer.
Yes, they did, and it looked good. It looks,
which is weird because they normally drop the second trailer 6 months before release.
Yeah, well, they obviously had it ready, but then thought there's not enough. I know a lot of people said about, there's no gameplay. We're a year away. They'll have some sort of event.
That's been addressed actually.
Okay.
So that second trailer was a mixture that was filmed on a PS5 Pro, and it was a mixture of gameplay and cutscenes.
Yeah, but we're not.
Rockstar have said that it was a mixture of gameplay and
then that is promising because it looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's a year, fine. Now, if you're a bit disappointed that what do I play now? You obviously don't like my suggestion of Expedition 33. That's fine. Next week we have Doom: The Dark Ages.
We've got a better game before that on the 13th of May. Precinct.
Shit, is that coming out? That's out
13th of May. That's out on Tuesday.
I'm buying that. That is bloody brilliant. Well, I just haven't had my eye on it because Doom's coming out. Oh, I'm double booked. And Expedition. Oh my good God. What do I play? Well, I'm going to get all of them. I'm going to have them all sat there. Do you know what? I'm going to have all three of them lined up.
The Precinct's co-op.
Is it co-op? Doom, though. I've got to play Doom. And Expedition 33. And do you know what? I'll have all three of those games lined up. I'll play Tarkov. Fuck, I'm terrible. Balatro. Mate, don't diss Balatro. I'm telling you, it's a banger. Honestly, it is awesome game, Balatro. But yeah.
Sorry. I was trying to... You see, when you go on Steam, I was just trying to go on Steam and see if it was a co-op or single player.
Oh, right.
And it's one of those games that as soon as you turn it on, there's a video playing, so I turned it off quickly.
I got you.
Technical issue.
I'll be buying Precinct 13, is it? No, it's the Precinct. Yeah. No, it's the Precinct.
Yeah. On the 13th.
On the 13th. Yeah, that's going to be a day one purchase. I played that on Steam Next Fest, and it was superb. It felt like old Grand Theft Auto, but obviously you're the copper. Yeah, I definitely. How much is it?
If I go on it, it will make a noise again.
I'll make a noise. Sod it.
Why is it not pausing?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Like a video playing.
Good radio.
Right,
this good radio.
It is. It doesn't have a price.
Okay, well that's not promising.
It just says planned release 13th of May.
And no price. It's coming out in 3 days.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit off.
Suspicious.
Yeah. Anyway.
Single player.
Yeah, well, I'm still going to be getting it.
Yeah.
And Doom. With Doom's on Game Pass, so save some pennies there, which is nice. But yeah, Doom, I don't know if you've seen any of Doom, but they're going for like this grounded, no more jumping and platforming or any bullshit like that. You're a bit more like a tank.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm definitely checking it out anyway. You can. They're doing this thing. Xbox have been doing this for a little bit now, where you can pay for a premium. I'm assuming it's going to be about 30 quid, and you can play it 3 days early. I'm not going to be doing that. I've fallen for that too many times. Last
time I did that was when was it? It was either Ghost Recon Breakpoint or what was the other one? It's whatever the second one that come out.
2.
No, it was one of the Ghost. It was Ghost
Wildlands
Breakpoint, or it might be Wildlands. One of those. I can't remember which one was second.
Breakpoint. But
I paid the extra 30 quid to get it 3 days early. Installed it, and then there was like a massive update. on day one. Like I'm talking like a 70 gig update, and I had like 15 meg internet at the time.
Yeah.
So I got it on Tuesday. I paid 30 quid extra to get it on the Tuesday instead of the Friday. I didn't get to play it till the Sunday.
Yeah.
Fuming.
And sometimes when you pay for these early you're essentially a beta tester, and it's like real buggy. It's so annoying when that happens. And I don't think Doom's going to be like that, because all the Dooms that have come out, they've been fairly solid. So I think it's going to be, it's going to be a finished game, good to go. Even if you pay for it to play it early, I think you're going to be okay. But yeah, I'm still not going to pay the 30 quid. I'll play it. Is it Thursday it comes out? I'll be all over it, because it's just it's blowing monsters up and it's heavy metal.
Doom, innit?
Yeah, it's Doom. You can't go wrong with a bit of that. It's not gonna be a whole new way of looking at gaming. It's not gonna do anything super new. It's just gonna be what you know. More Doom, happy days, and I'm ready for that. So I'll be playing that next week. So it's Expedition 33, Precinct, and Doom, and I'm still gonna play Tarkov.
And then June's going to be fun as well.
June, is it the Awakening?
June Awakening. Yeah, well, I meant June is in the month.
Sorry, my bad.
So on the same day, 10th of June, you've got I don't know if you've seen Mind's Eye.
I think I have. No, go on, tell me about it.
Check that out. It's almost a bit cyberpunkery, but it's like a shooter type cinematic game, which looks quite good. That comes out on the 10th of June.
Okay.
But June Awakening also comes out on the 10th of June. And that looks quite good. Base building and right out my street.
I think that's is that a survival game?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thing I like, because I like Sons of the Forest and stuff like that. But also 3 days after that, on the 13th of June, I don't know if you've seen it, there's a game called The Alters coming out.
No, I haven't seen that either. Go on, tell me about that.
So that's, you're sort of like in a hostile environment, you've got to escape it. But to do it, you have to create alternate versions of yourself,
right?
Do different things, and then essentially build a base, and you got to house all these people. So you could end up with like 15 versions of yourself to do different things, just to help you get through different levels and stuff like that. It's worth checking out. It looks quite decent.
Have you seen any of? So they announced, obviously, while we've been away for a long time. They didn't announce it, but they were showing off Marathon, and they've let people who have been playing it. It's Bungie. Is it Bungie? Yeah, it's Bungie. It's the same guys that do Destiny, and this is going to be an extraction shooter. There's a couple of problems with it. One, it doesn't look that interesting. Two, they want to charge full price for it and then do a battle pass. These sort of games, to gain traction, you can charge money for a game and it still gain traction. But I think
battle passes and stuff only really work for games that are free.
Yeah,
in my personal opinion, because you don't want to. I wouldn't spend 70 quid on a game and then like, I've got to pay this much to. But when you get a game for free, like for example, like Fortnite or Call of Duty, you don't mind spending 10 quid on the battle pass for a season when you haven't bought the game in the first place.
Yeah, and it then enhances your enjoyment of the game, doesn't it? Whereas if you're paying full price for a game and then you've got to put your hand in your pocket to get the full benefit out of the game. Just like...
thing is, when you're paying 70 quid for a game as well, I get like not every game's for everyone, and you get games you don't like, but it kind of makes it worse when you've spent 70 quid on a game and you don't like it. It sort of just heightens the disappointment, I think, for me personally.
Yeah, it's a rough one. It is a rough one, but yeah, the more I see of it, the more I think it's another one that's going to be dead on arrival. I think PlayStation own Bungie as well, so they're going to have another disaster on their hands of stick to the single player stuff, stick to Ghosts of Yuntai this year. That's going to be a banger. That's going to be.
I was watching trailers of that the other day, actually.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And now that Grand Theft Auto has buggered off for the year, hopefully more companies are going to be getting in there with let's set a date for our games, because we know now. So, oh god, they know when it's coming out. So the second half of the year will be very interesting. Obviously, second half of the year is when the likes of FIFA, Call of Duty, all those regular sort of games. So hopefully, there's a couple of gems around that.
Do you reckon I know obviously they delayed GTA because they said they wanted to meet people's expectations.
Yeah.
That's why they've delayed it. Do you think part of that is because the Switch 2 was announced and it's come out this year, and there's going to be a mad scramble at Christmas to get Switch 2s?
I came up with this little theory of the arrogance of each of them, and would they? I don't think Rockstar have shat themselves over the Switch 2.
All right.
It's different. It's different markets largely.
Yeah.
There'll be something else.
It's not on the Switch either, is it?
No, it's not on the Switch. I think that's not a problem for them. I do just think they want the best game possible out there, and they'll deliver. They'll deliver that. Red Dead Redemption 2. Just remember that coming out, and it was just I can't remember any. It was flawless. My jaw was on the floor when I played that.
Now.
Yeah. No, it was. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome game.
Grand Theft Auto I've not played for years. Grand Theft Auto 5 because I've just got to the point like I need a new one.
Didn't you got into the role play stuff with Grand Theft Auto? Didn't you? No. Okay.
No, I was going to. Someone invited me to it. And have you ever seen the applications for these roleplay bloody servers?
No.
So I get home from work and like obviously my chill out is gaming. I don't want to spend like 2 hours filling out a flipping like 30-page application. Creating a character, doing like you got to create your character, you got to say what they want to do, you got to create a background story for them and all this sort of thing. And that's before they even accept you. They might not even accept you once you've done that. And you have to follow all the rules, otherwise you get kicked out. So if you're a policeman, you have to act like a policeman and do it all properly, otherwise you get kicked out. Whereas I'm that sort of person that'd be like, I'd be a crooked cop.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. And it's just, I don't know. It does look amusing, but I don't know if I could be asked to get into it.
Sounds like a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally is.
Yeah. I can't be done with that. Okay, so Doom. Any other gaming bits you want to talk about? Because I'm going to go on what I've been watching.
There's still no news on Kingmakers.
Kingmakers? I don't even know what that is.
It's the one where you go back in time.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was due out, and then they removed the release date and just changed it to coming soon. And there's still no news. There was another one I told you about as well, when they're Paradise, which looked a bit crampy.
Yes.
That pissed me off because it was due out on the 2nd of April.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I was sat at my desk waiting for it because it had already been delayed. I thought it looked quite interesting. And it said this game will release in an hour. I was like, banging. I literally just sat on my computer, scrolling TikTok as you do. And got to the hour, got to like an hour and a half. I was like, oh, it's a bit weird. Maybe it's just a bit delayed. And then it just popped up, coming soon.
Okay.
And that was it.
Right, okay. Yeah.
That looked quite interesting.
Have you got it wishlisted on your Steam thing? Yeah, just leave it at that and it'll just tell you when it's coming out.
But other than that, I don't think there's anything at the moment that's sort of tickled me fancy.
Doom, mate. Doom, Precinct, Expedition 33. That is gaming sorted. Those three, lovely jubbly.
I was thinking about getting a Football Manager 25. The only thing you can get is the Arteta version. You just end up crying the whole time playing it.
That's a dead joke. That is just that's a rubbish joke. That's been cancelled, yeah? You're loving that, aren't you? We'll get on to football.
Is it cancelled because it was sponsored by Arsenal?
No, we'll get on to football later. We said we wouldn't do this.
Okay, carry on.
Let's talk about movies because, but back to Football Manager. They've skipped it to 26 now. They completely cancelled 25. So you couldn't get that anyway. Because they're making like a brand new. It's going to look completely different, apparently. But they cancelled it.
I used to when I was younger. I used to play Championship Manager.
Oh, Champ Manager, yeah, that was.
It would take you absolutely ages to do a season, and then so I played two. I played Premier Manager and Championship Manager. Championship Manager was good, like when you could be bothered. Premier League Manager was like if you just want to do it quickly, you could literally smash out a season in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
and they just don't make them like that. Like now, you get this Football Manager one, and I did buy one of them. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was like 22 or something like that. So much you had to do on it. I was just like, I can't bother with all this. I just want to step my team, press play, buy a few players, and crack on.
I've got. That brings me to a story. So I got Football Manager on my phone, and it's like it's a simplified version. But I've been playing it quite a lot. So I've been on holiday. I need to talk about my holiday. So we went. It wasn't my choice, I'll be honest, but we went on a cruise to Norway.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was, and that's not the whole story. So I was at work, and all my holidays booked in, and this, that, and the other. And there's a couple of people that know I'm going on holiday. I get a phone call, answer the phone, and it's one of the it's the boss down on the workshop, and he's like, "What are you up to next week?" And I'm like, I'm on holiday." And then he said over the phone, I clocked straight away. He was repeating everything I said out loud. So I was like, I'm on holiday next week. Oh, he's at holiday next week. He's like, "Oh, what are you up to?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going on a cruise." "Oh, he's going on a cruise." So I'm like, something's going on here. Something weird is going on. And he's like, "Well, where are you going? Where are you going?" "I'm going on a cruise to Norway." "Oh, he's going to Norway." I could then hear one of the lads down in the workshop going, "What boat's he on? What boat's he on?" I'm instantly like, there is something very bad happening right now, and I'm not fully in the picture. So I said to him, "Look, I'm coming down." I go down to the workshop. All of them are grinning their heads off, and I'm walking through, going to where the boss is, and I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, you're going on holiday to Norway then, on a cruise, P&O cruise." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, Andy over there's going with you. One of the lads from work booked exactly the same holiday."
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, it's just one of those. I could not believe it. What are the chances?
Did you spend the whole time trying to avoid him?
Do you know what? These boats are like towns. They're massive.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe. I did not bump into that bugger until the second to last day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to the second to last
day. He was trying to avoid you doing money.
But no, so he even said, "I've been, it got to a couple of days, and you were like, hopefully, we don't bump into each other every day." And it got to a point where I was like, "Where is it? Has he got the right boat?" But then the second to last day, we bumped into each other. Yeah, it was very funny. Everyone was very amused by the whole thing. Norway's awesome, by the way. It is some of the going through the fjords and that. Absolutely.
Yeah, Bilbo's nice, isn't it?
Bilbo. Is this a piss take? Oh, hang on. Oh, here we go. We'll get on to that. I was rooting for them. I've just been to Norway, so I was like, that's the reason I was rooting for them. Yeah, very, very stunning sort of area. I don't know if I'd go again. It's quite expensive, but it was good. Casino. They had the casino there. They had the sports bar. They had the cinema. I did. What were the main things I did? So I went to the gym. I watched the football, and I went to the cinema. And the missus was like,
I was just about to say, please tell me you didn't spend the whole time in the cinema though.
No, we went twice. We went twice, but the missus was like, "You may as well stay home." Football, football, cinema, and the gym. You may as well just stay home. But we added the casino, and we did a theatre show there as well.
And you're surrounded by water, so it's a bit different, isn't it?
It is mental. So I woke up the first morning. I completely forgot I was on a boat. And I look out the window, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in the ocean." It's mental. But yeah, it's good. Cruising, I could deal with a bit of that.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Have you ever done it?
No, I've got a massive fear of water.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
I'd be the one sleeping with my bed. We wouldn't have a duvet in it. It'd have like a life dinghy. And then I'd be inside a dinghy with about 20 life jackets on, some rubber bands around my arms.
Okay. Right, fair enough. Okay, but yeah,
staring out the window looking for icebergs.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah,
not for the cruise, free one.
Really?
On a Virgin boat. Yep.
How'd you manage that?
So in my industry, there's a ink company called World Famous.
Yes, I know it.
And they're the only company that has tattoo studios on the Virgin cruises.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what? So you go do a guest spot?
Well, because it's not owned by them anymore. They've given up the company, but it used to be owned by a bloke called Lou Rubino and a woman called Jackie Rubino. And she emailed me saying to me, "There's a Virgin boat clean at Portsmouth in 2 weeks' time. Do you want to be on it for 2 weeks?" She's working in the studio. You'll earn 40%. You stay on the boat for free. You'll get a guest pass and a staff pass. The only thing you have to pay for is alcohol. She said, if you want your missus to come along with you, all you got to do is pay £17 a night.
Really?
And then when the boat's docked, you can do what you want. And I've got a few friends that have done it, and it looks amazing. But one, it was in the middle of August during summer holiday, and plus with my diary, I couldn't just drop everything in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
plus the kids are off school, and it's just So so there are options. I can do it from if I want to fly to Miami, I can get the boat there and do. I think they have one that does Barcelona as well, but all around that area. But yeah, it's just don't know.
Not one for you.
On a boat.
Imagine tattooing is where at rough sea, just like ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Wave and that's it.
I did not know they had tattoo studios on cruise ships.
Not all of it, just the Virgin ones.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 boats that have got them on there.
Nuts. Can you imagine people on a cruise going, yeah, I'm going to get a tattoo? They must do it. There must be people there going, yeah, why not? Let's get a tattoo.
Yeah, one of them does it. Dean, he done quite a few tattoos on there, but like, it's not.
Is it just like tattooing anchors? Everyone just, I want an anchor.
Or coordinates. I don't know. I don't see cruises as the sort of places people just get tattoos and. No.
They try to cater to everyone, these cruises. There is a bit of everything on there. No arcade, I might add. That's one thing.
They're missing something there, aren't they?
What's that? Yeah, little.
They're definitely missing something.
Little game. There's a cruise over in America where they got bands, like heavy metal bands and stuff, and they'll play on a stage on this cruise ship and like go around the Caribbean with these bands playing every night. Looks really cool. But yeah, that was my little holiday. Movies.
Nice.
Did you watch Minecraft?
I forgot about that. No, I haven't seen it yet.
You've not seen it. So that's how far back I'm going, because we've not been on for a very long time. I've said this many a time.
I've only just watched Captain America.
That film. You're triggering me now. Have you? Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad film. I hate it.
I watched it. I watched it on my TV. It's like I know it's going to sound stupid me saying this, but if you take out Captain America and Hulk, right? So say like it was just a random hero and a random monster. You wouldn't think it was a Marvel film. It's just
what it didn't have. There wasn't that moment of, let's say, impending doom. There wasn't like a first battle and them think to themselves, well, how are we gonna solve this problem? And then an epic battle afterwards. It was just sort of like the Hulk.
I think
the Hulk turned
up.
The worst thing
that happened to him was his wing got taken off.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even remember any of it now, to be honest with you. I just remember the Hulk turned up. They had the battle there and then as soon as he turned into the Hulk. And then the film was over. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? That's that. It was a really... It's the worst Marvel film I've ever seen.
Credit where credit's due. There's a few things that he did do right in it. When it comes to like the Hulk, like he's jumping and stuff like that, it was quite. Yeah, it's just fucking terrible film.
So now that we're on this chat, it brings me on to is it Thunder?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
You've not seen it?
No, we were going to go watch it Wednesday because it was my birthday. We were going to go see it, and then we found out our local cinemas closed down.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to turn into. Is it a View? I think it's going to turn into a View. That Tower Park one.
Oh, was it?
I think so. Go to Odeon, mate. Odeon and Bournemouth.
The problem is, like, we only had on Wednesday. We had between school drop off and school pickup.
Yeah.
And then where we live, like going to Bournemouth, and like just it's saying like 12 miles away, but like it's just a trek from where we live. Like there's no short route, and it's just so we didn't bother going in the end.
Okay. Well, let's talk.
I do want to see it though.
It's so I'm not a Marvel fanboy. I'll go, I love films, but for me to really, this is a good movie. It is.
I've got used to Marvel films, right? And there's certain films I'll see, and I'll see like the dynamics of the characters and stuff like that. But as soon as I saw a trailer for this, I was like, I need to see this film. This is going to be good.
And it is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a very good film. Got to go watch it. You got to watch it at the cinema. Don't piss about.
Yeah, we will try.
Get to the cinema because it's that good. It's worth it. Seeing it at the cinema. Absolutely love it. Really good film.
Have you seen all the Marvel films?
I probably haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a massive.
You've seen Black Widow?
Probably not. No.
That's one you need to watch. That's good.
Really? Okay, I will. I'll watch it.
Sort of introduces like Red Guardian and stuff like that in it. It's one of those sort of like films where they just I think they just made it to show that to get a bit more money out of Black Widow and Scarlett Johansson.
I got you.
It turned out it's one of those gritty sort of it's really good.
Okay.
Like, I think it's where they didn't try overly loads of it, but it turned out to be a really good film.
Okay. I'll check it out. It's going to be on Disney Plus, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
been out about 2 years, I think.
Okay, cool. I'll watch it on Disney Plus. Do you know what? I'll try and get that watched tomorrow, actually. Yeah, sorry. Oh, Christ. Oh, my bad. I'm getting old. Anyway, Minecraft. So you didn't go see that?
No.
I'm going to go back to Minecraft. The chicken jockey moment. I've never, honestly, my cinema did it. They went nuts. When they first started to, because they cheered it every, it's I'm Steve, and then everyone started cheering. And we had all the guys in suits. Did I talk about this last podcast? I might have done. I'll skim through this.
I don't think you did.
No? Okay.
I don't think it was out then, was it?
No, probably not, actually. Anyway, we had like school kids about 14 years old in suits turning up. I don't know if you remember that trend. I think it was for Despicable Me or something, and or Minions, they'd rock up to the cinema in suits, and they did that, which I thought was a nice touch. Then they started cheering for every little Minecraft reference, and I was like, at the start, I was like, oh,
being a Minecraft
God.
film, there's going to be a few, isn't there?
There is going to be a few, and they'd applaud. They'd be an applaud and applaud.
I know they put a couple of Technoblade references in it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Do you know about Technoblade? You know Technoblade, don't you? He was like one of the main massive Minecraft streamers.
I do. Yeah, the pig with the crown.
Yeah, and he lost his battle.
Yeah,
and so there was quite a few touches. So you probably hear it like say Technoblade never dies and stuff like that. And
yes, so the film is awful by itself. Yes,
I heard bad reviews before it even come out. To be honest, like this, so it's not.
I tell you what, it's made them a lot of money though. There'll be a second one, and it'll be just as bad as that one. There will definitely be a second one.
Black is way too overused at the moment.
Oh
like,
yeah,
in the past couple of years, he's way too overused.
He'd do anything.
If you get blooming, I can't remember his bloody name now, Aquaman in it, like being like that, it's just. It reminds me of the sort of film like Jingle All the Way, where you get Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's like a massive like action person.
Well, don't diss Jingle All the Way. Don't diss Jingle.
All right, not so much.
That's
Jingle
great
All the Way,
film,
like Junior or something like that, where he's a massive sort of like action hero, and then all of a sudden
he does something a bit different.
He's playing a pregnant flipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
People suit certain roles.
I understand. So Minecraft, terrible film. It was better towards the end of that film. I was joining in with the cheering. The chicken jockey bit was a different level, though. I mean, they went fucking nuts for that. But I went to go see Minecraft. Is what it is.
A Minecraft player, so it's sort of would probably be wasted a lot of the references on me.
So I also went to go watch Until Dawn. I don't know if it's out at the cinema. It's so Until Dawn is a computer game on PlayStation. It's like a story game where you make choices of yours again.
Have you never played it?
I have not played Until Dawn.
I shall add it to the list on top of Shadows for you.
So the movie I know is very different from the game. So the movie is sort of, they're just killed over and over and over again, and they keep on coming back to life.
Right.
And then it's something completely different. A completely different monster, say, is coming after you the second time you die, or the third time, or the fourth time you die. It's just an excuse to put in a lot of jump scares.
So the company that makes Until Dawn, I've got about 5 or 6 of their games.
Okay.
It's a good game to play with your missus.
All right, yeah, okay.
So they did Until Dawn. The game is basically like a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
There's something like 4,000 different endings you could have. And everything you do, it literally will put you on a different path. And there's loads of different games. Like you've got Man of Medan, which is quite good, which is like a ghost ship. You've got, what's the newest one they did? Where you're in a cabin. But they've got proper actors in it.
Oh, is it The Quarry?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So you've got, like in The Quarry, you've got the dude who plays Adam in Will Poulter.
Okay, yeah. I know Will Poulter.
With the eyebrows, isn't he?
Yes, eyebrows. So that's another. There's another film, and it's got Will Poulter in it that I'm going to talk about actually. But go on.
I've got quite a few of them. You'll have to. I'll have to lend you a few. There's some quite good ones.
Okay, I'll check them out.
It's good for you both because you can both choose a character you want to play, And then obviously, like, spend like maybe half an hour, one of you doing stuff, making decisions, then another half an hour, like someone else doing it. And they're good. They're proper. It's almost, like with the sort of like, you get the horror games, but this is like a cinematic horror type thing. Like you're sort of like, but you're more immersed in it because you're making the decisions.
Yeah, I got you.
They are good.
So the missus actually wants me to play The Last of Us Part 2. Because we're on Season 2, we're watching Season 2 of The Last of Us. We may as well talk about that now that that's on track. I've been watching that. I think we're on episode... Is it gotten to 4 now, or something like that? We're around about 4. The inevitable scene happened. Now, I won't spoil things because it's a very, very big spoiler. Sounds as if you know roughly what's happened. But that scene happened in episode 2. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. I don't care, but
it's got to happen, though, isn't it?
It's got to happen. It happened in episode 2, and I didn't really watch that. I just watched her and her reaction. It's very much like the Star Wars moment, the Darth Vader moment, and you just looking, going, "Oh, I can't wait to see her reaction." And she is mortified, and I'm just laughing because I know what's coming. I know. I was like, I'd say exactly what's going to happen, but yeah,
it's a bit like the you could compare it to recent times, like the sort of like the Walking Dead Glenn moment.
Yeah. So we are watching it. It's brilliant. They haven't missed a beat with the second season, and we're very much hooked. We're there every week.
What's it on? What's it played on?
It's a HBO thing. It's on Sky.
I have to download it or something like that.
Now TV. Well, there's Now TV, or there's a Yardy Har. There are ways and means, which I'm sure you know about. Yeah, it's really good. Have you seen Last One Laughing?
Yes, that's on my list.
Yeah.
So since we last spoke podcast, the series I've watched, it was Adolescence.
Yeah. Oh, well done. Well done.
Last One Laughing.
Tell me, what do you think about them? Let's start with Last One Laughing, and then we'll get on to Adolescence. Yeah,
massive fan of like old school humor. So for me, Bob Mortimer is
it's a dream.
Priceless. He's
just funny to look at.
Yeah, I think we spent the whole time watching it, and I was just like saying, how are they keeping a straight face?
Yeah,
like just his facial expressions and stuff. Like when he done the song today.
Oh my god, it's just a killer, isn't it?
Yeah, and that Richard as well. Like how he lasted that long.
He made me laugh because just in the intro, he's like, "I've not laughed since the '90s." Straight away, I'm like, "This guy is epic." So guys, we're talking about Last One Laughing. It's on Amazon, and it is 10 comedians are put into a room for 6 hours. Yeah, 6 episodes, isn't there? So 6 hours makes sense because it's not really cut, is it? They just sort of keep on going. 10 comedians, 6 hours, and they've got to try and make each other laugh without them laughing themselves. And the last one is the winner. It's Jimmy Carr.
It's like football rules, isn't it? They get a yellow card, a red card. So they get a yellow card for the first laugh, and then when they get a red card, they're out.
It's brilliant.
Oh,
have you seen
that John guy that said it with long hair? Looks a bit like Jesus.
Oh yeah, he's one of.
It's just I find him hilarious as well.
Yeah, he did the RNLI thing, didn't he?
It's just when. Oh, excuse me. It's when he stood on the stage doing that speech, and then all of a sudden, like the thing goes like it's just.
And he keeps a straight face. He keeps a straight face. It's epic. Oh. So, guys, if you haven't seen it, it really is worth checking it out. It's so funny. Have you seen any of the other ones? Because they've done it from lots of different countries.
They did an Irish one, didn't they? They did
Australia. Yeah. If there are any Polish listeners to us, which I can't imagine there are, there's a Polish one. Because I actually went round to the guys at work, to the Polish guys, and said, check this out. There's a Polish one. It's funny as hell. So I'm sure the Polish one would be good as well. Yeah, really good. I'm glad you brought. Yeah, highly worth watching. Yeah, loved it. Right, Adolescence.
Let's get it out of the way then. What did you think of it?
Of Adolescence?
Yeah,
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. The fact that it was filmed in one continuous shot each episode was very different from the other, and I just think that little kid who's never done any acting before, he just blew my mind. He was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I was edge of my seat every episode. I know a lot of people, I think a lot of people would have liked to have seen like a courtroom drama type thing. And there's stuff out there for that sort of. Gone.
We both watched it and we were both disappointed.
Really?
Like, I think the only reason it did so well is because it was in the one take shot. Because it was done like that is the reason why it did well. I think the storyline was quite weak. Like, obviously, you get all that out at the beginning, but it was almost like you think there's going to be a twist, but there's not.
No, there's no twist. No, but that is that not you?
Once you get the first episode out of the way, nothing really happens. It's just, obviously, I get it showing the emotional trauma and stuff it causes to the parents, blah, 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 in the background. But I think the only reason it did well is because it was done in one take. Like, it's the way it was filmed. And even that, there was things I just found myself picking flaws. Like, when he was driving the van, you spend 5 minutes of him driving a van. Like, it's just wasted 5 minutes. Like, I get they have to do it because that's part of the show. But, like, he didn't look properly when he was driving the van. He kept looking in his rearview mirror and he was driving a van that had no back windows. Like, it was just... But don't get me wrong, he is a fucking good actor.
Yeah, it's intense, isn't it? That the third episode where it's just the little kid and the therapist or whatever she is. That was intense. That hour flew by. That was edgy as seat stuff. If I tell you what, if you wanted something that's similar to that, but you're disappointed with it, that's fine, and you wanted something done in a different style, say, there's something. It's on Apple TV. It's called Defending Jacob. It's got old Captain America blokey in it. Chris Evans, isn't it? Chris Evans is the dad in it, and it's a similar sort of vibe to Adolescence, but it's a bit more of a courtroom drama style. It's worth checking out. Defending Jacob on Apple TV. I'd recommend.
We really like the Harlan Coben stuff on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff, like The Stranger and...
Yes, I've seen The Stranger. Yeah, there's a few of them, isn't there?
Yeah, he does a lot.
Is there one called Safe?
Nesbitt as well.
Yeah,
with Dexter.
Safe. That was a good one.
But he does a lot of stuff. Like, there's quite a few of them with James Nesbitt in, and he's phenomenal in them as well. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, they're worth checking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another movie that I went to go watch, and it had old Eyebrows in it. What's his name? Eyebrows boy?
Will Poulter?
Will Poulter. And it's Warfare. I don't know if you've seen any trailers for this.
This is the Iraq one, isn't it?
Oh my God. It is intense. You know is it 7 Days in Fallujah that we got? And it was like...
I've still got PTSD from that.
I'll tell you what. So... We go in for Warfare, we sit down in the cinema, everyone's yeah. Oh, movie's about to start. Okay. So everyone's all chatty, having a great time, and the movie starts. I think the movie is only an hour and a half long. The movie finished, the cinema was silent. Everyone's just like, absolutely. I felt like I needed therapy after it. It was so it was just intense. It was so good. The sound, the visual effects, the explosions felt like the most real explosions I've ever seen. They did this. The only thing that it didn't look fake. It fitted in, but the bit that you knew definitely wasn't a real thing was that they called it a show of force, and it's basically one of the jets doing a low flyover, and it like all the dust goes nuts, and everyone's they can't see or nothing like that. Really good. Warfare, 90 minutes of absolute edgy as seat. I highly recommend that. That was a really, really good watch.
Yeah, that is on my radar to watch as well.
It's brilliant. It's so good. So, for instance, just a detail on it. There's an explosion, say, and then there are bits where the camera's from their point of view, and everyone's hearing has gone, but they hear differently depending on how far away from the explosion they were. So there's one guy that can't hear absolutely anything. There's another one that can hear like muffled, and then there's one that's sort of like... It's so clever the way they did it. I highly recommend it. It is proper PTSD style. By the time you finished it, you're going to be like, oh my God. But
I do like a good war film.
This is right on up there. It's the most, and not that I'd know, but it felt as if it was the most realistic war film we've ever seen. Brilliant.
Yeah, no, we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, Really good. Let's go. So that one. All right. So it leads me to my last film that I want to talk about.
Yep.
Sinners. I'm guessing. Have you seen Sinners? Michael B. Jordan out in, I'd say, Louisiana. It's south. So it's around that sort of area in the. Oh, I couldn't give you a year. Proper the old days, the good old days where they were moonshining and stuff like that. And it is, they have, how do I do this without, there might be some spoilers here, guys. There might be. I'm not gonna spoil it too bad, but yeah, there is one bit I'm gonna talk about because I want to talk about the film, and it's impossible to talk about these things without saying certain things. Michael B. Jordan, he actually plays two characters. He's got a twin brother, and they open up a bar in a barn out in the middle of nowhere, and they get people to come along because they've got music and alcohol and I think a bit of gambling, and basically a couple of vampires turn up. And
Wait, vampires?
Yeah.
I've seen trailers of the film. I didn't realise it was vampire-ish.
Okay, it's a proper spoiler then. Bollocks. I've said it.
Is that in the trailer? Is that in the trailer about vampires?
I think so.
I don't remember noticing.
Maybe not. I might have spoiled it just there.
I might not have watched the trailers properly, because
maybe. Okay.
I don't think Michael B. Jordan's that great, to be honest. But
he's good in this. This film could get an Oscar. I don't know about an Oscar, because Oscars are always the long-winded films, aren't they? That is a top film. It's a really, really good film, and I would highly recommend going to watch it.
See, a film like Warfare is more likely to get Oscars.
I tell you what, yeah, it could do for visuals and stuff like that. Yeah, I reckon it probably could actually. You got to check out that Warfare because
I want to.
You're gonna love it, and it's 90 minutes long. It's spot on.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. That's all the films.
I've watched a couple of things on Netflix.
Oh, go on, go. Yeah.
So I saw it on a trailer in the cinema, and then it's out on Netflix now. So I watched it on Netflix. Is Sisu? Have you seen that? Based in like World War II, and it's an ex-Danish Marine.
I was getting a tattoo off of you, and I think we watched the Yardy Har Har version, and it stuttered a lot, so we stopped. But yes,
it's very. I liked it. Like it starts off slow, obviously. Like it sort of gives. It's got very much.
Is it Swedish? Something like that.
No, it's in English. It's supposed to be like a Swedish Marine, like ex-Marine.
Yeah, that was
or a Danish ex-Marine, but it's all done in English. But it's got Jesus, I've forgotten his name. Who done like Django and stuff?
Tarantino.
That's the one. Fucking hell, I couldn't remember his name then. It gets very Tarantino-y.
Okay, lots of bodies exploding then.
But it's a really good film, so that's worth a watch, I think.
Okay, and it's on Netflix, is it?
Yeah. We got kids, we don't get out much. Another one on Netflix for watch, I don't know if you've seen it, is Electric State.
I haven't seen that. I've never even heard of it, to be honest with you.
So it's Millie Bobby Brown, Stranger Things, and Chris Pratt.
Right. Okay.
And it's about robots. It's quite sci-fi, but it's about robots, and I really enjoyed that.
Okay. Yeah.
I won't go in too much about it. But yeah, no, that's worth a watch. If you like sci-fi, robot-y type things.
Yeah, okay.
Also watched Mickey 17. Don't know if you've seen that.
I have seen. Of course I've seen that. I've seen all the films. What did you think of that?
I was expecting better, if I'm going to be honest. Like, from the trailer, it looked
a bit slow for you. It was a long film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a really long film. I'll tell you my highlight.
It was fun. The first half was good. Like, it kept showing like the different situations and stuff like that. And then he sort of like, after... Are we allowed to spoil it? It's about long enough now, isn't it?
Look, guys, there's spoilers. We can't talk about stuff if we don't do it.
Yeah. So you know when he has the alternate, like number 18.
Yeah.
After that, it sort of, I don't know, it sort of went a bit downhill because
the highlight of that film for me was Mark Ruffalo. So he was like, I can just see the director's like, no, you are the head guy. You're in charge, but you need to be like this total fucking delusional weirdo. And he just went, Donald Trump. Okay, I got it.
He almost come across like, you know, when you get the over the top eccentric, when you're playing a computer game and you got the bad guy, multimillionaire bad guy, top henchman mode, and they're over the top, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's that sort of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. He just reminded me of Trump. He must have just gone. Don't worry, I don't need. I know what I'm gonna do. I watched the news last night. I know what I've got to say. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
I thought he was great in it.
Yeah, no, he was good. But no, I was overall from the trailer expecting a bit more, and it did drag out a bit towards the end of it.
For me, it was just a bit long. It was probably half hour too long.
Yeah. I also watched, have you seen it, Working Man, with the old Jason Statham?
No.
It's a good film. It's your typical Jason Statham type film.
Your tone straight away has just put me right. Well, it hasn't put me off. That is what I expected to hear. It's okay. It's fine.
It's a Jason Statham film. Like, it's not a bad film.
Yeah.
You can sit there and watch the whole thing and you'll be like,
yeah, I got you.
Jason Statham in a film. It was all right. It's got the little dude from Ant-Man in it as well. His sidekick. Can't remember his fucking name now.
I can't remember.
The one that talks too much in it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in it, and it's all right. It's your typical Jason Statham film. It's like worth a watch if there's nothing else on. I've
got 2 films booked for the cinema. I've got Final Destination, Bloodlines.
Oh my god! So Stuart's obviously like just turned 14. We started watching. We watched the first Final Destination again.
Nice.
And we're going to go through them again with him, and just. It's one of those films, like the second Final Destination, that will always stick in your brain.
That's the one with the lorry. Yeah.
You can't drive down the motorway and see a log truck without thinking Final Destination. Right? Yeah. And it's just, apparently, I've watched some videos of this one, of people's reactions in cinemas, and apparently this one's brutal. I've seen a trailer. I don't know if you've seen the trailer where they're at like a barbecue and a lawnmower.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's going to be hilarious. It's not going to be scary in the slightest. It's going to be... just the funniest deaths going.
Final Destination, in it. It's over the top sort of. But yeah.
So I think that's next week for me, and then the week after that, I've got Mission Impossible, new Mission Impossible films out. So I'm going to be all over that as well.
I don't think I've watched the last one.
So the missus hasn't, so we're probably going to watch it very soon. Watch the first half because they stretch this out. But yeah, they're what I've got coming up.
When's Rebirth out? Jurassic World Rebirth.
I'm not sure. I've seen the trailers. It's got Scarlett Johansson, isn't it? They blew the budget and got her in it. Yeah. I'll probably check. I'll definitely check it out. With who am I kidding? I will definitely be watching that. But
you just get a cinema and watch everything anyway, didn't you?
So. Yeah, that's this. I'm definitely getting my money's worth with this pass for sure, without a single doubt. I saw Terminator 2 the other week. We'll go watch anything.
Classic.
Yeah, it's really it's great. Yeah, absolutely love it.
See, the more the way the world's going at the moment, just at work today, for example, with my printer not working properly, the more the world goes on, the more I look at things like Terminator 2 and just think that won't work. It'd never happen. Because he'd come back in time, he'd go do something like, oh, update needed.
Oh, there's no cell data here. Yeah. Yeah, good luck, mate.
Yeah.
Right. So I think, have you watched anything else?
I'll think of anything else. I probably have. I can't think of anything.
Okay, well, that brings us to the end of the podcast, guys. So
no, it does not. Don't. We've got something to talk about, haven't we?
Okay, we're going to talk.
No, we have. Come on.
Here he goes. Here he goes. For anyone listening, I would go over to YouTube Sharpish, and you will see a background that Rich has cobbled together. Have you found this, or have you made it? I wouldn't be surprised if you made it.
Oh no, I didn't go into too much effort. I literally googled it, and yeah.
Your face is paused. I don't know if that's messed the background up. Oh, here we go. Yeah,
it's backwards.
No, it's not. Well, it's not on my screen.
Oh, good.
No, see, on my screen, all my stuff looks backwards. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Well done. You got anything else?
Oh, just a couple of PSG backgrounds.
So yeah, football. Right. How do we want to start this? We're gonna.
I think we should start.
19 losses. No.
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's my only comeback.
So yes, we're 16th in the league. And you're second. You could potentially drop down to 4th, by the way.
Yes, we could.
Just saying. Because you got Liverpool next and then Newcastle.
And then Southampton. We need one win.
Obviously, apart from the obvious of like how many games you've won, what is the difference between you finishing second or fourth to us finishing 16th? No, you know, I'm a very level-headed football fan.
Yeah, you look it.
I'm not like you and deluded, right?
God.
I can have a decent conversation with anyone about football.
Yeah.
But yes, we're 16th. We've not won anything, but neither have Arsenal.
Yes, but you have had to week in, week out. You've had to watch. You've watched. I would say I'd be surprised. You've watched minimum. I reckon you've watched 80% of those games, if not all of them. How many games? How many games have you watched this season?
What, Tottenham games?
Yeah,
all of them.
All of them. So you've had to watch that 19 times.
I didn't watch the West Ham game at the weekend because we were out doing birthday shopping for Stuart.
Okay, well that was a draw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well done.
The second-rate team. So
yeah, the difference is you've had to watch. So we are having a bad spell at the business end of the season. Okay, it's been horrific. Yeah, we're second, mate. We're second.
I don't think that's anything to be proud of.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is we're having a bad.
The trouble is you're saying like we're having a bad spell at the end of the season, but you finish there every season. You're the bridesmaid. You're never the bride.
Here we go.
No, I'm just saying. Like,
you have lost 19 games this season. 19. There is still,
and we've won the same amount of trophies as you.
There is still the possibility that you could be the worst team left.
We beat Real Madrid Cup. Whoa.
Deary me.
Well done. Stick that in your trophy room. Like we beat Real Madrid a couple of years ago in the Champions League. I'll wait for the DVD release of Arsenal beating Real Madrid then, shall I?
Okay. Right.
But no, in all seriousness, right? What have you, apart from obviously 19 games?
Well, mate, if you
won this season, then we got further than you in the FA Cup, further than you in the Carabao Cup, further than you in Europe.
Right.
Like, you've not achieved more than what we've achieved. Like,
no, I know, and we're all very disappointed about it. We are massively disappointed. I do think they're already.
Just for the record, I don't think we're going to win the European final.
Do you know? I've been talking. It is fascinating because they've made it. Normally, most teams that are sort of get to a final, right? They're in for Champions League, Europa League. They're in those sort of places anyway. Does that make sense? But because Spurs and Man United, it's all or nothing. There's so much jeopardy in that game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're either Champions League or absolutely nothing. And both of you have. You're similar in the way of you've got some financial difficulties, if that makes sense. You probably got to sell
financial difficulties.
I think the stadium. Look at you. No, okay, all right. Man United certainly have.
The difference is we're in the top 8 for revenue in the world.
Yeah, it was because you got Beyonce turning up.
Whereas we have it's a tricky one because like. He pisses me off, but he's done a fucking good job at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's Tottenham.
Financial. Sorry, you're talking about Levy.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Levy? Right. I thought you were talking about Ange. Okay.
Tottenham are stable. You can't deny he's done a fucking good job when it comes to the financials of the club.
Yeah, he
hasn't put the football team.
He hasn't put them first. Yeah.
When I say the club, I look at the club as a whole. Like you're looking at like the NFL, you're looking at the concerts, or
yeah.
As a self-sufficient, like
as a company, you better say the right thing. As a company, yeah.
As a company, the Hotspur Stadium, we should call it, right? Financially, fucking considering where we were before he took over, like we nearly went into administration and shit like that. Like he's done, like become like within the top 8. It might even be the top 6 in revenue in the world, but. And then you look at United, and they've had to turn around to you've got a pair of owners that are happy to take their dividends out every year.
Oh, mate, they're a mess.
And they're turning around to staff now after so many years saying, well, yeah, you've got to pay for your lunch now. Sorry.
Yeah, well, big players aren't going to want to go to Man United because they've got to take their own packed lunch with them.
Yeah.
But you are right there. Spurs aren't going to end up on a financial fair play watch list, are they?
Or going to administration anytime soon. Yeah,
that is one thing you will give them. But fucking hell, on the pitch, it's abysmal.
I know. I'm not going to make excuses because like I've got to say it, but if you take the main goalkeeper and you have 4 main defenders out of any team in the league,
Yeah.
they're going to fucking struggle.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But they've been back for a while.
I was literally about to say, but since they've been back, like,
They've not been
I
much
tell you
better.
what, though, I'm very 50-50 with this European final. I think, like, no Tottenham, neither of them stand out to win it. I think United had the advantage. So if I was going to give it, like, it's this close. Like, if I was going to give, like, a percentage, it'd be, like, 45-55 to United. Chance they're going to win it.
Oh, it's going to be a close game.
Purely for the fact they turn up in finals. They know how to win a final.
They know how to win a final.
Okay. The other thing is, we beat them 3 times this season.
Yeah.
Every time we've met them, we beat them. So there's only so much you can ride your luck.
Yeah.
You won't want Tottenham to win the European final.
I've obviously been talking to a lot of people about this.
But there's probably something that you've not thought about as well.
Right, so I've been having a lot of conversation. Go on, you say a bit, but...
So if Tottenham won the European final,
yeah,
not only obviously would that be another European trophy to rub in Arsenal fans' faces, I get it's a lower thing, like it's not Champions League, blah, blah, but they then have a chance to win the Super Cup against the Champions League winners. Now, how would that go down in the Arsenal universe with all their excuses if Tottenham pulled off the miracle and won Europa and then won the Super Cup against Inter Milan or PSG? How would that go down?
Not delusional, ladies and gentlemen. You heard him. Not delusional.
No, I said if it's an option, like...
Yes, no, yeah. Look,
this is a different. You say not delusional, right? This is the difference. I'm saying if, right, and I've already said I think United are going to win it, and that's not me just being like that. I generally think because they've got the edge in finals, I think they're going to win it. I said if. The difference between us is you don't say if.
When it happens,
you say we're going to win the Champions League. Right?
Yeah, I know. It always bites me.
And buts, right? And the problem is, the manager's like it as well. Like,
I tell you what, he
is the perfect manager for Arsenal because he is so fucking delusional.
He's been getting some flack this week.
To turn around after the PSG game and say, we were the better team over 2 legs.
I honestly think he's having a breakdown.
And then he turned around and said, even the PSG bench said that. No, they fucking didn't.
No, I know. He's anyway. We've got to give Liverpool guard of honour tomorrow. I don't know how he's going to deal with that.
I was going to say that.
Because that's going to be painful. That's going to be really.
Someone asked him the other day, didn't they? And he said, they deserve to win it. They deserve to have guard of honour.
He was bit. Yeah, that's one part where he's towed the line a little bit there. But yeah, he's a flamboyant Spaniard. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get, when he's angry, he's just going to say all sorts. But yeah, back to Spurs. Back to
I like watching football in general, and like I'll watch like the Champions League. When it gets to Champions League, I'll watch from the quarterfinals. I'll watch all the games. Same with like Europa. Arteta was virtually on the pitch.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
About him like being out of his technical box, but he literally had a foot on the pitch at one point.
He does.
Switched off, didn't you?
Switched off after the second goal because I had a meltdown about VAR.
Did you turn it back on?
No, I didn't. I left it off. I was like, I'm done. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
A completely different game after you turned it off. Because Saka scored.
Yeah. They shit themselves a bit, did they?
Yeah. And then it went more in Arsenal's favour, like the swing. And then I can't remember who did it. It was like one of your usual, like Trossard or Martinelli or someone. Put a cross in, went past Donnarumma, goal to Saka.
Saka, yeah, I did see that. I didn't watch it, but I saw.
What did he do? He channeled his inner Kai Havertz.
Yeah. How'd you miss that? Right, back. I want to talk about Spurs. So I had a conversation with Arsenal fan at work, and we were talking about. And I've said this to you before. Spurs Man United is my favourite fixture of the Premier League. It's brilliant. I can't lose, and it's actually really good for goals normally. It doesn't matter about the result. Either any of the result, it doesn't matter. I can't lose. So I absolutely love it. It's just a game that I can go and watch and enjoy.
The trouble is for Arsenal is they hate Spurs.
This is the difference. That's the difference. The difference is, it's just points in the Premier League, but you're actually, you're getting something substantial off the back of this game. Now, I was talking to an Arsenal fan at work, and he was like, I want Spurs to win. I was like, fuck you want to check your meds, mate. What's wrong with you?
fan.
But what he was saying, I was like, I couldn't disagree with him. So I'm going to go through it with you now. One, and
Okay.
you know this about me, and this guy is the same. Quite like Big Ange. I do quite like him from the very first day.
So on the Big Ange subject, right? One of the reasons I want, obviously being a Spurs fan, I'd love for them to win the European Cup.
Yeah, obviously.
But I more want them to win it because of Big Ange.
How much shit he's got.
Right? But it could turn out to be one of the coldest moments in football fucking history. Right?
When he said, I always win. Imagine the clip.
I always win.
Oh.
It's going to be, you imagine the highlights, it's going to be, I always win a trophy in my second season. And then it'll cut to Jamie Carragher slagging him off. It'll cut to like Gary Neville slagging him off.
And then him lifting the cup.
And then it'll cut to him lifting the fucking Europe.
Honestly, it's brilliant. It would literally be brilliant because it's going to be, someone's going to make the best clip ever, because I think he said I usually, and then he's like, actually I'll correct that.
It was misquoted. So like the whole Arteta and the football thing, like against Newcastle, that was misquoted and thrown out of proportion.
Yeah,
because he didn't actually blame the ball. He was asked about the football and he said, well, obviously the football's different, so you need to get used to it. And then they took that out of fucking proportion and said, oh, he's blaming the ball. He said, I usually win a trophy in the second season.
Is that what he said? It wasn't always. Oh, okay.
He didn't turn around and actually say, I always win a trophy in the second season.
Does he? Okay, all right.
He said sort of.
I'm pretty sure he did, but
he said it's something like, I have always won a trophy in the second
something like that. Okay, but regardless, so that is just number one, and you know I've got a bit of a soft spot for Ange. Let's ignore the banter of he's lost 19 times and I think he deserves a statue and rah rah rah. You know, genuinely from the first day he turned up, I'm like,
the trouble is,
I quite like this manager.
Obviously, I'm not making excuses because we've been terrible in the Premier League, but you know, the last 3 or 4 games, you can tell he's not bothered about the Premier League now.
No one is.
Those games, like not playing Van der Ven, not playing Romero and players like this, and saving them for Europe and stuff like that. Like,
and that's what you should do.
I hope they play the way they played against Bilbo Gant and Frankfurt, because they were like a different Spurs team.
Here's a question for you. What are you? Ange has to go. Let's ignore Europa League right now. Well, no, it's part of it, but what are your feelings towards Ange right now?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because obviously, like, again, I don't want to use it as an excuse, but he's been unlucky with injuries. But that being said, the only reason we ended up so high last season was because of the start we had. There are rumours that he's already decided he'll be leaving in the summer, no matter what happens.
He's decided he wants to go. He's fucking had enough.
Either he's decided or the club's decided. I don't know, like, it's hard, isn't it? Because when it works, it fucking works.
Yeah.
Like,
the
players, you can see the players in these Europa games, the players are still fucking playing for him.
Yeah. Yeah. So if he wins the Europa League, does he keep his job? Or do you think he goes? You think he's gone? Would you want him to stay?
I think the fair thing to do, because you can't deny the bloke, he's a nice bloke.
He's brilliant.
I think the fair thing to do, say again, if we won the Europa League, obviously give him the shot at the Super Cup because he deserves to have that shot. Maybe give him...
hang on, the Super League though is it's actually the following season.
How was it?
Yeah, the Super Cup goes in. It goes into the start of the next season.
Okay.
So think again.
It's the Champions League winner versus the European Cup winner, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but it's in the next season.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would maybe give him 5-6 games at the beginning of the next season. But it's one of those situations, isn't it? Like, if you're gonna because obviously you need to prepare take Arsenal for example. Say they were thinking about getting rid of Arteta. You're not going to plan the summer with Arteta.
No, exactly. You'd be nuts too. Well, that's what Man United did, wasn't it? They did Ten Hag. They did a summer with Ten Hag and then sacked him. It was a disaster, a total disaster. Yeah, you can't do that. So there needs to be some sort of a plan. Would you be up for Southgate?
No,
because you're not getting the Bournemouth manager. It's just not happening. I can't see it.
I don't get this whole fucking, oh yeah, we're gonna get Areola and all this sort of thing. And why would he come to Spurs?
Exactly.
The trouble I've got at the moment is half the fan base wants certain managers. It's weird because part of the fan base wants to keep Ange, part of the fan base wants to get rid of him. Then part of the fan base wants Poch back, some of it doesn't.
Well, that I'll take. Yeah, that's an option.
When you look at it, okay, Poch and Ange are actually quite similar. A lot of the fans now are saying they want Poch back because they enjoyed the football and all that sort of thing. But when you look at the results for the last year that Poch was in charge, he hadn't won an away game for something like 8 months. And the form was terrible, like in the Premier League. But the Champions League final paved over the crack. And it's almost quite similar again.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because, like, obviously Tottenham got to the finals in a green kit, this one. And then they've done it again in the green kit. And the semi-final the other day was exactly 6 years ago that we beat Ajax. Like, it was May the 8th, 2019 that we beat Ajax.
As Lucas Moura. Was it Lucas Moura Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, fucking hell. Dark day in the Tricky household.
I generally, to this day, I hate the fact that Poch started Kane.
Yeah.
If you ask most Spurs fans, they wouldn't have wanted Kane to start. Why would you start a player who's been off for 4 months, injured? And I think that's very selfish of Kane to actually, like, if he was a team player, he would have turned around and said, right, Lucas is in form. He's pretty much single-handedly got us here. Start him, and then I'll come on later.
Yeah. It's very similar to Kane, the Euros final. There's talk about him, he wasn't fit and all this, and that was the case. Very selfish of him.
Why not? Like, you look at how different England played as soon as Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins come on.
He was crap, Harry Kane, in that. He's just absolutely diabolical. Speaking of Harry Kane, it's finally happened, although...
Congratulations on the... Only took you 2 years to win a trophy in a league that's one horse.
It's like losing your virginity in a brothel. It's nothing to cheer about. All right? You've gone for the anyway, and they couldn't even win it. They didn't win it. They had to watch on the TV and watch someone lose and go, "Oh, we've done it." Anyway, Harry Kane.
He did do it in the most Harry Kane style, though, didn't he?
How do you mean?
Well, he got a yellow card in the previous game, didn't he? So he was suspended for the next game that they should have won the league in.
Well done, Kane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even like you watch the celebrations, right? You see all the celebrations, like you see Eric Dyer, you see Harry Kane, all like, fucking amazing. And then all the other players are just like,
yeah.
Add it to the pile over there.
See you next. Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to have to build an extension now.
But they didn't do overly well in the Champions League. Like, I mean, I wanted a PSG Barcelona final. I thought that would have been good.
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
I kind of think Inter Milan will win it.
Yeah, they won it not so long ago, didn't they?
No, they were I think they were in the final like 2 or 3 years ago. They lost.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. And that was a great game. Having the old boys step up. Both of those ties, Barcelona, Inter Milan, first and second leg were just, and I kind of felt like, this should be the final. This game here. If ignore all other games, because
it's kind of reminded me a little bit like stupid, like the fucking year Tottenham got to the final. Like, I think the most disappointing thing was like, 'cause obviously you had the Tottenham Ajax semi-final.
Yeah, you had that high.
You had and then you had the Liverpool Barcelona, where Liverpool were like 4-1 or something like down or something like that, and they come back. Like, both semi-finals were fucking amazing, and then that final was just fucking awful.
Worst final of all time.
Yeah, like it was
pretty much. Yeah.
Fucking ball in the first minute where it hits him up here. It just fucking wrecked the game. Absolutely fucking wrecked it.
Well, look, let's not talk about handballs, shall we?
We can talk about it. Let's talk about fucking VAR.
Yeah, that was
because you know full well I was messaging you. I was watching the Arsenal fucking game, and I even said that's bullshit.
Absolute disgrace that, because no. Yeah.
A point where they say, right, game's gone on too fast.
Yeah. And VAR can't be refereeing the game. VAR is there as a tool.
I said this to you the other day, didn't I? I actually said, like, they've intervened with the game.
Yeah.
They're not there to intervene with the game. They're there to assist with decisions.
Yes,
But they physically intervened with the game.
100%.
Carried on. PSG carried on. PSG didn't even contest the fucking handball.
And it would have been different if PSG were like, then.
And I was actually glad, like, shit you not, he put the ball down on the spot, and obviously that was like another 20 seconds before he'd done it. And I turned around to Shah and I said, Reyes, save this.
Do you know what? I got a funny feeling that they gave it, that was such a shit penalty that, did they just give him that? Yeah. Did they just give it to him? Were they just like, I don't even want to score this, it's just embarrassing?
It did look like they weren't trying.
It felt a bit like that. I took it, I was screaming, but I was so, like, my brain had gone. At the point the VAR, because when VAR came up, I was like, get in, penalty, here we go. And then
I think it would have been very different if they weren't already 3-0 up at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but they weren't at that point. No, they weren't at that point. They weren't 3-0 up. The Hakimi goal, the Hakimi goal was after that, because that's when I turned it off, because I was like, I'm fucking done with this. I've had enough.
Good goal though.
Yeah, it was a good goal. The first goal in the second. Yeah, that was an absolute screamer. Beaten fair and square, we were not the better team. But for VAR, you see Saka go down, and then they're looking at something 5 minutes ago. It's like, give it. No, I can't be.
But there's been a few, not this season, I think it was last season. There's been a few games where like 5 minutes have gone past, and then they're like, oh, referee's been told to stop to look at a penalty.
Yeah, I know. There should be a timer. If they can't make a decision in a minute, crack on.
Not even that. Like, the whole thing that fucking winds me up is the looking at offsides. Like, and I agree with Wenger on this, where he says
there should be daylight.
They should change. Yeah, it should be daylight between them, because they're wasting, and they're wondering why there's so many injuries, because they're wasting 5-6 minutes looking at whether his fucking
people cool down
offside. Like, no, his foreskin's slightly offside on that one. Like, like, again with the VAR just checking for a clear and obvious foul in the penalty box 5 minutes later.
Yeah,
like,
it's bad.
It's obviously not clear and obvious, because to me, like, they're looking for a clear and obvious. Oh yeah, that's a foul. That's clear and obvious. Like, not 5 minutes. Like, it's not obvious then, is it?
No.
There should definitely be like a 20-second limit or something, because 20 seconds is quite a long time to quickly review stuff. Like,
I think a minute.
When they send them over to the monitor, the other thing I don't disagree with is, like, when they're looking at tackles, first image, I don't know if you've noticed, when the referee sent over to the monitor,
it's a horror story.
So who was it I was watching the other day and they slipped?
Oh, it was Bournemouth game. It was a Bournemouth game, Man United. Yeah.
It was Evan Nelson, wasn't it? Yeah, so he slipped. You see him slip. His foot slips, which causes his legs to go up.
Yeah,
and he generally didn't mean it. But when they send him over to the monitor,
it's a still, the leg breaker.
It's a still with his foot in his ankle. That should not be the first thing they say. And the fact that they never even mention that he slipped.
Well, I think it should all be played in context. They shouldn't be allowed to see a slow motion. It should be played in real time. He can look it back a couple of times, fine. But it should be played in real time every time, and he should be able to see the build up to what just happened there. Not like a slow motion on Anyway, I could go on about VAR for fucking ages. They're all crooked. Get the foreign lot in, but by the looks of it, by the looks of that last Arsenal game, they're as bad as each other. But anyway,
but even this fucking new, why bring this offside thing in like couple of weeks before the end of the season?
Oh,
this new automated offside.
The automated offside. Well, I'm just as quick.
Even that's not that quick.
No, it's not that quick. Well, it's quicker than what we got, mind you. But yeah, they got to bring it in at some point. But yeah, I'm guessing they're just, because a lot of teams are on the beach now. You look at some of the games now; they're awful to watch because they're like, they're either getting ready for something else. The season has been, the fact that. Because this is one thing that I would put to you, that if the likes of Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton actually made a go of it, if they were still not technically relegated yet and it was getting to the last couple of games of the season, Ange would have been sacked a long time ago. But there was never in a million years anyone else was going to get relegated. So it's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But if they'd have, played the season.
The thing is, I don't see the point of, like, it got to like a couple of weeks ago, and there's literally no point sacking Ange for the end of the season.
No, of course not. No.
we all know who's going to be in charge.
Oh yeah,
Ryan Mason.
Ryan Mason. Yeah,
It's just, what's the point? You might as well just sit out to the end of the season and just. I don't know. I mean, I like Big Ange, but I don't know. I honestly couldn't give you an answer whether I want him to go or not.
yeah. Yeah, I can see how it'd be difficult because he is a really nice bloke. He says it exactly how it is, and
I think
the football that he plays when it's
it
brilliant.
works. It fucking like destroying City 4-0 at home, like
Exactly.
at their home. Like I think we spoke to this before when I was tattooing you. I think like we spoke about it briefly. Like sort of Poch got decent. He was given 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Now, like Tottenham have a turnover of like 18 months for managers, like, and a lot of clubs do. I mean, we've got 2 bloody Southampton managers sacked this season.
Yeah,
and that's 2 managers. Once it like, look at Nuno, for example. He got given 10 games at Tottenham, and now look what he's doing at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I know, it's unreal.
Part of me kind of wants to give Ange more time because he's building the project.
And I think
what you're doing. The problem with Tottenham is. They say they're restarting, and they don't like and because it's like they want to restart and build up like they did with Poch, but they want to put cheat mode on and do it quickly, but it's not going to happen. I don't know. Part of me thinks if you give Ange, if he was there for like say another 2 years, I'd like to see where Tottenham are like in 2 years' time with Ange. Once it's got enough transfer windows under him and like enough time to, I don't know. Again, it's a fucking hard one, isn't it? Like it's because I think I've said this to you before. Like the managers that did well, you look at the Alex Ferguson's, the Arsene Wenger's. Like Alex Ferguson, and Arsene Wenger, a lot of their teams they saw from youth team.
Yeah,
especially Ferguson.
Yeah.
He saw like the likes of Giggs, Scholes, the Neville brothers, like fucking Beckham, and all that. He saw them from youth all the way through to retirement.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think they made Man United. That class of '92 absolutely made Man United the juggernaut that it is now.
Well, he nearly got sacked in his first couple of seasons, didn't he, Ferguson? They were shit.
Yeah.
And then they started doing well. But look at, like, Arteta. Eh? He's, what, 5.5 years now?
5 years, yeah.
Yes, he won the FA Cup in his first season. But since then, you've not really won, like, this isn't meant as a dig, but you've not really won anything since.
No, but we have progressed.
So,
there has.
I was going to say you can see the difference between now and 5 years ago,
and the expectations are different now.
And he's been given time. And yes, like I seen announced today by Fabrizio. Who's it you bought?
Zubimendi. Yeah, that's a serious player there. Yeah, Zubimendi. Yeah, he's defensive midfield. He's a 6. Yeah, I know.
Striker.
No, I know. Put it this way: there will be a riot if there is not a striker bought, a serious striker. Arsenal going all out this summer. I'm telling you now.
I think the problem with Arteta is he makes it worse for himself.
Yeah.
All season he's been saying he needs a striker. I need a striker. So if he doesn't get a striker, he can't moan about it next season.
Yeah, but he's doing everything he can. It's not up to him. It's not up to him. So in January he said, "We're short. I need a striker." Okay, it's the club, it's the owners, it's the who. So we've got a new technical guy
managers
now.
do get some say.
Some say, and what he is saying is, I need a fucking striker. Get me a striker. I'm telling you now, they will have a striker this summer. Yeah, 100% he would have done. I've got. Obviously, I'm being a bit delusional. I'm going to say that first, all right? But I'm just saying, okay, right. We have got Mikel Merino. We've got Odegaard. Okay. Zubimendi is coming along. They are all Real Sociedad players. They were all together in Real Sociedad. And they're all good buddies. There's one player missing from that, and that's Isak. He was there, Real Sociedad, with all of those players. Arteta's getting the band back together. I'm telling you now, all depending on what happens when Newcastle
won more trophies with West Ham.
Yeah, right, yeah. But what I'm saying is, that is the one thing I'm interested in now, is seeing what happens with Newcastle, because if they do not get Champions League football, I'm telling you now, we're going in for him. If they get Champions League football, he's not going anywhere. He won't go. He loves Newcastle, and he won't go anywhere.
Do you reckon they won't get Champions League football then?
It's tight. I think they've got a better chance than most, But again, City also will get Champions League football.
Well, they got Plague next week as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they do. Yes, they did. Yeah, it's really tough. And with Aston Villa,
which is worrying because they've been relegated, so they've got no cares in the world. Yeah, you've still got to play them.
Southampton. Yeah, I know, but look, Ramsdale do us a solid fucking flappy hand moment.
I'm expecting a fucking shithouse team out for against Crystal Palace tomorrow. I'm expecting Davies in defence, and so yeah, I'm expecting that sort of thing. He's going to save them for but the final's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, but the problem is he's probably paranoid about injuries. You look at the injuries you've had. What?
Newcastle, Chelsea, and Aston Villa are all on 3 points.
That's what I'm saying. It's super tight. So
all of those could overtake you.
Yes, they could as well. Yes. Yeah, well done. Fucking round of applause. But what I'm saying about Newcastle is if they do not get Champions League football...
Even Nottingham Forest could overtake you still.
Yeah, no, all right, well done. I'll tell you who's not overtaking us. Fucking Spurs.
There's not all that much difference between 7th and 16th, is there?
So it's just a little fantasy going around in my head. That's the world I live in. In reality, they are looking at some pretty good strikers. They're looking at that Gyökeres fella who scored like 40 goals this season, and he's been doing that fairly regularly. I know it's the Portuguese league. He's doing it. We're looking at Sesko as well, who he's a bit younger and he's not quite the finished article. There was another one as well. There were 3 that we were looking at.
I'll tell you what, there's rumours as well of Everton wanting Richarlison back.
Yes, I'm assuming that's a hard sell on your angle.
I was talking to Shah about Richarlison. We were both watching a game, and with Richarlison, he's like one of those players. Like when you go and watch your kid play Sunday League football, there's always that one player on the team that you feel sorry for, and it's like that's Richarlison, isn't it? Like
Richarlison.
You look at him, and he's like, mate, he's so shit. He's trying, bless him.
I tell you what, do you know that sometimes it just doesn't work for a player at a certain club? I bet he goes to Everton.
Saying that, up to 2 weeks ago, he'd scored more goals than Dom Slanky since December.
I mean, yeah, fucking hell. Is it a Spurs thing or what? Chelsea always ruin strikers. They were absolutely renowned for ruining strikers. Maybe it's just that sort of a thing. Maybe he goes back to Everton and he lights it up again. The pressure's very different.
If he went back to Everton, he'd be the main striker, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, big time. Because they got Beto and Calvert-Lewin's end of contract. So yeah, he'd be the main guy. I think
it's only three more games, and then you get to give Sterling back, don't you?
Fucking hell, you can have him back now. That was a disaster. That was a panic loan signing. It's just been a total disaster. Absolute waste of time for everyone. And the thing is, right? I don't know what he's going to do now because Chelsea aren't going to play him.
It's a bit like Timo Werner, isn't it?
Yeah. He is our Timo Werner.
It's literally just occurred to me. I haven't seen anything of Timo Werner for about 2 months. Is he already back in Germany or what?
I don't know. But yeah, Sterling. I don't know what because Sterling needs to move. But where does he go? Where does he go from Chelsea?
I think the best move for Sterling,
Saudi,
would maybe somewhere Leeds where they've just been promoted.
Yeah. Actually, that's not a bad shout. I was actually thinking. He's been that bad. I was thinking Wrexham, but yeah, Leeds is actually a good shout.
I wouldn't know. I want to see Wrexham do well. I wouldn't want him in their team.
Yeah. Do you think Vardy's going there?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I heard the rumor about it, and then I thought, do you know what? That fits Vardy quite well because he's all about him and his missus are all about. Look at us.
Yeah. And he's going to have a documentary team.
And he wants to be in with that fucking Hollywood crowd and that sort of... Yeah, I think he would end up there.
You can see it happening. I'm going to put Vardy in my fantasy team next week because it's going to be his last home game. They're playing Ipswich and he's one goal away from 200 goals. So he's going in my team 100%. He's been shit all season. I think he's under 10 goals, but I just think...
Have you seen Salah's goal record now, Premier League?
Yeah, it's scary.
He's 5th in the all-time scorers.
In the all-time, yeah.
He's currently about, I think he's on about 187 or something near that. But Kane's in second on 215. Now, I'm not being funny, but we've still got 3 games left. So say Salah scores a goal per game, which could happen.
He's been a bit shit now he signed his contract, but go on, carry on.
But say, he does that and he hits about 190. He could overtake Kane in a season.
Yeah, he could do.
Place.
Yeah, he could.
But Kane wanted to win them.
I've won something. Yeah, Salah has been scary this season. I mean, he's going to win Player of the Season. Could he win the Ballon d'Or? He's not going to win Champions League or nothing like that.
You know, the Ballon d'Or's just like, it's certain players that just, I don't know, like, I think the last Ballon d'Or winner shouldn't have won it. It should have been like, I think, who was it the last one?
It was Rodri. And Vinicius Jr. threw a paddy and no one from Real Madrid turned up.
I think there's a lot better players than fucking, why not give it to like,
but he won the Euros, didn't he? He won the
thing. What about Yamal?
Yeah, I know, but he won the treble as well as that. City, they won the treble, and Rodri won the Euros. He won pretty much everything apart from what's it? That was it. It's
voted for by journalists
and players. I'm pretty sure players are involved as well. They all, yeah.
Like, I can't stand the bloke, but won the Champions League, won fucking Premier League, won. And scored fucking God knows how many goals. Yeah, he still didn't win it. I don't know. Kind of giving up the Ballon d'Or. It doesn't really. I don't think it gives a true reflection of the players.
Well, it's picking individuals in the team sport, isn't it? It's a bit.
Well, at least it's not Messi or Ronaldo now, anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to be winning it no more. That's it. You drop down a league like that, you're not with the elites no more. Although I'm sure Ronaldo thinks he could probably still do it. Know what he's like.
Yeah. I've seen some highlights of his games. He's definitely losing it. I think he needs to bow out sooner than he thinks.
He'd get into movies or something like that. He'd do all right. Don't you worry about him. Well, he doesn't need to work ever again, does he? Let's face it.
He'll probably do a Beckham and end up owning a football team. But
yeah, actually, he probably would own a football team. Right. Do you want any more digs? Because I'm thinking about wrapping it up. It's getting late. Do you want just chuck in another dig before we go?
Did you want to come around and watch the European final?
Do you know what? That might be fun. We'll have a.
I'll bring the usual snacks.
Yeah, I'm going to need it. Well, I don't know how I'm going to feel. I do not know how I'm going to feel in that final. I do know that, like I said, it's all or nothing. It is fascinating, that game. It really is fascinating. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm more nervous about this final than.
Of course you are. Because when you were in the Champions League final, and you still were in Europe the next year because of your placement in the league, whereas this is all or nothing.
I'm not even thinking about that. Like, it's because it's the same for United as well. But like, I don't know. Like, we can beat United.
We've done it 3 times.
But exactly, we've already done it 3 times.
There's a bit more pressure now.
There's only and you know, United are different in cup games.
They know how to do it. They've got World Cup winners, Champions League winners in their team.
Tottenham have that mentality of, because you could see, like, I know it sounds stupid, but you could see like the difference against Frankfurt, the last game against Frankfurt, and the game on Thursday. You could see like Romero looked different. He wants it. Like, you can see certain players, they want a trophy. Before we're in a trophy. Like, the whole fucking Carling Cup final, like 3 years ago against City, just as they sacked Mourinho just before the final. Like, there was a point where Kane was just walking with the ball as if to say, "Come get it."
Just a quick one. You've triggered me a little bit there. You brought up Romero. How do you feel about Romero twerking for Spain? Did you see any of this? That he's been saying, "Oh yeah, I really want to play for La Liga." Rah rah rah. You know, I want to be. You saw it, did you?
Tottenham spent a lot of money on Danso.
Oh, you think he's already replaced?
I don't think a team. And who was that other? Who's the other player they tried to put a bid in for? Didn't they? 65 million. Was it the Wolves defender or the Crystal Palace defender? Was one of them?
No, yeah, it was Gahey.
Yeah, you wouldn't spend. Like, I think they spent on Danso. Like, you wouldn't spend that for a second rate if you didn't think he was going to get played.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You think he's going?
I think.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's fair enough. And just before we go, where do you think Spurs need to strengthen in the summer? Where do you want to see them upgrade? Let's say you can have three positions.
It's a tricky one. purely because there's young players that sort of like Bergvall has been phenomenal, absolutely fucking phenomenal. And I think Bergvall would walk into a lot of teams. There's positions like Son. I don't think he's a starter anymore. I think he's a super sub. And I've said this to you before about and like I think at the beginning of the season, I think he should be used as a super sub. But you've got players like Odebear and Mickey Moore that have absolutely shone in that area. And then you've got Jed Spence, who also works quite well down that side. I think maybe I'm still not fully convinced on Johnson.
Yeah.
Like it's Kulusevski's off it. He's slow.
No, he's good. I actually like Kulusevski.
He's been good this season.
Yeah.
But when he got injured, he's come back. He's not back at pace. You can see it you can see it on Thursday. He was getting outrun a lot. Like he's not fully back. But he works better when he works through the middle. So I feel like we need. See, I like Poro, but I feel like we need someone in front of him on the right.
It works.
I don't feel like. Yeah, I don't. Just, you play Kulusevski there, and he's too predictable because he has to cut in.
Yeah. So you need and this is not a Saka-like player that, Saka does track back.
I mean, I'd say more of a Gareth Bale player, but
Bale fucking, all right. But do you know what I mean?
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think Saka's better than Prime Bale?
Prime Bale?
Why are you even thinking about it?
No, I'm not thinking about it. No, I'm just, Prime Bale, no, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
He's a great player.
YouTube. This is going on YouTube, by the way, as well.
Prime Bale.
I've spoke to Arsenal people, and they generally think Saka's better than Prime Bale.
No, I disagree. Prime Bale was just he reminded me a lot of Alexis Sanchez, where the people were absolutely terrified of, and Hazard, all similar sort of. They're where your goals were. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think actually just thinking another player that Tottenham need. I tell you a player we have never ever replaced, Dembele.
Yeah. So you want one in the midfield, you want one on the right wing, you got another position to, or would you be happy with just those two?
Still not convinced with Vicario.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. I actually agree.
So nervous, like just
corners.
I can feel my arsehole pucker up every time the ball goes near him.
Hey, look, you're going, don't worry, the final, they've got Onana. Don't worry about it. Yeah. They've actually got a goalkeeper worse. And he is worse.
Onana played for last.
Yeah, Inter Milan. I know, it's a joke. It's a total joke.
Yeah, and before that, he was in goal when Tottenham played Ajax.
Was he? Oh, that's how you got through. Yeah, just cross the ball roughly near him. Don't worry, it'll go in. He won't be able to handle it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree.
But the other thing as well, which I don't get, is he's putting out, like, no doubt, I guarantee tomorrow it'll be Vicario in goal. It'll be Danso, Davies, Spence. He might play Poro. He might not. And then it'll be like Sarr, Bentancur, maybe. And he might even... I reckon he'll start fucking Richarlison tomorrow.
Yeah, he probably will. He'll be paranoid about injuries.
So why not? If you're this paranoid, and obviously... Because it's obvious Vicario's his first choice goalkeeper. If you're that paranoid... whack Kinksky in goal.
Yeah, but he's crap.
I'm not saying he's better than Vicario.
He's not.
He's more confident with his feet.
Not having it. He's not.
No, he's not. I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying he looks more like... I'm more confident with him when he's got the ball at his feet than I am Vicario.
I remember he played, when I went round to yours, Kinksky was in goal and he was getting hassled by the Arsenal players. They were absolutely pressing him and he could not handle it.
Yeah, that pissed me off actually because he had a fucking phenomenal game against Liverpool.
Yeah, you ranted and raved about him and then he had a stinker. He lost you that game.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that, but why not play him or play Austin? Give him a chance at goal.
I don't think a goalkeeper needs resting. They don't need resting. If anything, they need to be active. They need to be catching.
I mean, why can't you have two goalkeepers?
Yeah.
It worked, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Look, you do that half. I'll do the other.
I feel sorry for Ramsdale.
Yeah, generally, I know.
I've said this to you before. Like,
he's a good keeper.
He had a phenomenal season at Arsenal.
Yeah, I know.
And now he's back to being relegated.
I know. Is it 3 or 4 relegations now? Is it 3? I think it's 3. Yeah, it's rough. Do you know what?
I can see one of the teams that are coming up snapping him up.
I think Man United should go for him. I honestly think he's an upgrade to Onana. Big time. Big time.
I'm an upgrade to fucking Onana.
Just put a wooden post in the middle of the goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think someone like Man United
lay
should go for it.
If you lay Onana's kit out in the penalty area, just lay his kit out.
Yeah,
that's an upgrade on actually having Onana in the kit.
Or Chelsea. I think Chelsea could go for him as well.
Who have they got?
They've got that Sanchez fella. They've got like 6 goalkeepers, but they're all crap.
Isn't because Kepa's at Bournemouth, isn't he?
Yes.
He's only on loan. He's loan.
Yes, he is loan.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, Bournemouth could go for him. There's a few because he is a good goalkeeper. I mean, he sorted out old City. I mean, City had about 26 shots today, but only 5 were on target.
The trouble is with goalkeepers. Like I've said to you before, Ramsdale is a good goalie. Like, and I've said to you, like he had a phenomenal season. I was generally gutted for him. One, Raya come in and it just fucked him over. And 2, he didn't get his England fucking. He should have been. I would have had him over Pickford.
Yeah, there was a point in time. I was going. He should be in instead of Pickford.
The trouble with the goalkeeper position, like Ramsdale's a good goalkeeper, but you're only as good as the 4 people in front of you. Like,
yeah,
it's law of averages. Like if you've got a good defense in front of you, say you're saving 3 out of 5 shots. If you've got a good defence in front of you, so the team's only getting 3 or 4 shots at you, whereas you play for Southampton, but the defence is peppered, and they're taking, Yeah,
he's been set up there. I honestly feel as if he could be a high-level team still. And I think someone would go in for him. I honestly think he'd have signed for Southampton with a relegation release clause because he's not going to want to play Championship football. He's too good for that. He will be somewhere else this season. And I think if Man United were clever.
So what are we saying? Starling and Ramsdale to Leeds.
I think Ramsdale's better than that. Leeds have got a good goalkeeper. They got that young French lad. I keep on calling him Muesli. I can't remember what his name. Yeah, I can't remember what his name is, but they've got a goalkeeper who's fairly competent. I think Ramsdale's going to go higher than that. It's going to be the likes of Man United.
Yeah, but would he go to Man United though with the Arsenal connection?
Yes, he would. Like... Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Chelsea, there isn't that. Players aren't like that anymore. I think he'd even go to Spurs. In all honesty,
looking at the table, like looking at the teams in the Premier League at the moment, like
who needs a goalkeeper? Brentford. I don't think much of their goalkeeper.
You know, I was just looking at Brentford and maybe Brighton. He's not in Forest got in goal.
They got Sells. He's like,
oh no, he's been been decent.
He's been class. Yeah, Man United. I'm telling you, he's going to Man United.
Do you know what? That'd probably be a good shout. To be fair,
I think so. I think it's absolutely screaming out for it because he's not going to be that expensive. He's English, which they need some more English players.
So what? So we're saying Ramsdale to. This is our predictions for next season, is it?
I'll put that as a prediction. I think.
So we're saying Ramsdale to United.
Slam Chelsea. Sterling to Leeds. I'd be up.
I think Chelsea might try and get Kepa back.
There's a lot of baggage there, isn't there? Do you remember when he refused to go off? Is it Sarri? He refused to get off the pitch.
Manager, though, isn't it?
He's a different manager, yeah, but I think you got to sell him. Well, maybe they use him. Maybe, I don't know. He hasn't been.
See, I'm going to use Sterling, are they?
Who? Chelsea. Chelsea have got Sterling, and they're not going to use him.
He's going to end up at one of the newly promoted teams, like. He's going to be like a Burnley or a Leeds player. Yeah,
I can see that. But yeah, Ramsdale will be a Premier League player. I'm telling you now, he gets sold.
Who's the one that we sold to fucking? I'll tell you what pisses me off. Like players like we could have done with Højbjerg. A lot of people slated Højbjerg, but I tell you what, kept the midfield not too bad. Like
where did he end up?
Oh, he's gone.
No,
don't pay much attention after they've gone.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Fair point. Right, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm fucking knackered. I want to go to bed. So, yeah.
12, fine.
No, nice. Right, gonna go. So, thanks guys for tuning in. We're gonna try and you've heard this before. We're gonna try and keep this a bit more regular. Give us a couple of weeks. I'll tell you what, let's say end of season. End of season, we'll have a chat about games. Get playing some of those games, and we'll do an end of season.
Tell you what we could do. If you do want to come around and watch the game, could live stream it on YouTube. Not the actual game, just us chatting whilst the game's on.
I don't know how we do that, but yeah, okay. It's a thought. We could try and set it up, I suppose.
You can go live on YouTube, can't you? I've got my Ozbot.
Yeah, we'll see.
We don't put the TV on because we wouldn't be allowed to do that. Just have it on us. They'd be like our reactions and chatting about it.
I don't know if anyone's going to want to watch that. Fucking hell. That's a depressing... Saying that, I could be all... Yeah, okay, all right.
If Tottenham score a few goals and go up, there's people going to watch you
Yeah,
Meltdown.
squirt. Yeah, basically. Or Spurs go 3-0 up, and then Man United win 4-3, and just watch my head explode.
Either way, a team you don't like is going to win.
I know, I can't. Yeah, look, at least it's not the Champions League final. But I think it's going to be a great game. I genuinely, when I say it's my favourite game to watch, it's also from a football point of view, and the fact that result, and there's no pressure, and yeah, it's great to watch. But I think it's going to be a great game, and there's a lot on the line.
Oh, mate, I watch a lot of Premier League games, and I will put, like, even when I'm at work, I can watch games. I will put games on. I'll look at what fixtures are on, and if I think it's going to be a good game, I'll put it on.
Right, we sidetracked again. We've got to say goodbye. Yeah. Bye, everyone. See you later. Rich, you want to say goodbye?
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video.
He's very good at this. Like and subscribe. Yeah. We will be back, I promise. We're just a bit rubbish.
If you're still watching after however long this is.
Yeah, sorry. A lot of people will switch off about the football. They will be like, oh, no, I'm bored now. Thank you very much, and we will speak next time. See you later. Bye.
See you later. Bye.